raced this with each other? Like a preview
Нет.
race of this?
Yeah, we did a race last night in the practice
Осуждаю,
room. Went
осуждаю.
decently well overall. I forget, you got like a 124.10, which is
Yeah,
really
I
good.
got a low 124. I've gotten some high 123s in practice races recently, so we've been doing pretty well in races.
Who do you think's the favorite going in among you three? I know it's hard to say, but if you had to guess, place your money on somebody, who would it be?
I think Truman might be the favorite because he has previous SGDQ experience and he's a really consistent player. But I guess we'll just have to see who does the best in the race.
All right, yeah, we'll
We've
have
all
to
been
find out.
playing
Ну, ждем,
recently.
пока
Sure. But
закончится
it's a chance anyone could win. I mean, I
интервью
understand with a game that long, there's just like so many
с,
things that can
рани-
go right
с
or wrong.
раннерами Марио, и
So,
потом
what do you think a race
будут
like that is going to
покемоны,
hinge on?
Пикачу, либо
Like any
Ив,
particular
пока
levels, any
непонятно.
particular techniques you think that are really going to be important for winning this?
Well, I think with SMW, it's a game that needs a strong beginning. So if things start going wrong, they just tend to keep going wrong. So I would say about World 3, like the 20-minute mark of the run, if you're good up until that point, you'll be good the rest of the run. So as long as you get, all the tricks immediately, and pending any terrible clipping RNG later in the run, I think the beginning is really going to sort of set the pace for the rest of the run.
Yeah, there are a lot of tricks that aren't necessarily extremely hard, but you have a bunch of them in a row. Like in World 3 especially, it gets difficult. We have Vanilla Dome 1 Wings, which can really make or break your run. You have Vanilla Dome 2 Yoshi Clip.
Осуждаю,
And
осуждаю. И не отдал.
then there's
Иди
just some
отдай.
other hard levels like Vanilla Dome 3. So basically all of Vanilla Dome is
Был
pretty hard.
шанс?
Yeah,
Да
there's a
нет.
few bad deaths, I think,
Нет.
that can really
Ну
skew
просто
to
обычно
And
люди, фаны
especially
покемонов,
in
они же
Star
покупают не
World,
просто одну игру,
we start to
допустим,
get some
п-
tricks that are
или,
fairly
или,
inconsistent,
или
like
Пикачу,
6
или Ив. Они
in Star World
покупают и
1, and
Пикачу,
then
и
once we get
Ив.
to Special
Если
World,
кто,
there's just
если
glitch
кто,
after
допустим,
glitch
не
after
знает,
glitch.
вот,
So
допустим,
Special World is
в
one of the hardest
поколении,
areas
в
of the map.
первом,
We have
есть
gnarly
150
wings,
покемонов.
tubular
Ну,
wings, and
151,
then
если
one
учитывать
of the new tricks,
Мьюту,
awesome res
по-моему, если я
kill,
ничего не
we'll be
путаю.
trying to do.
Вот.
And then you have groovy
И
boss kill as well.
не
And
все
we've got
покемоны
Mondo, which is hard level.
доступны
So
в одной
basically,
версии. Есть
Special
две
World is
версии
a gauntlet
покемонов
where
одного и
you
того же
can
поколения. И
go
где-то
bad or you can
покемонов,
go on good run.
ну, может быть,
All right, are there
20
any
есть
any
только в
swag
одной
strats we should
версии,
look
и
out
20
for?
есть в другой. Это сделано
Well,
было для
yeah,
того, чтобы
in
вы
one of
ходили,
the
гуляли, например,
fortresses in the
обменивались
run, the first
покемонами
one, the water
вместе
fort, there's a
с
bit of a
друзьями,
strat
ну,
in the
или
second
покупали
room
и то, и
that
то.
will despawn an enemy, and you'll notice he's gone because there's just sort of just a gap in the level where he was supposed to be. Saves barely any time. It's 50-50 even if you do it correctly, and it's the most hype thing in the entire run.
All right, I'll be looking out for that. That's great. All right, well, thanks for talking with me, guys.
Ну,
I
у
wish you luck
Nintendo
on
же
the run.
все,
You've got quite a bit
ну,
of
в
time
смысле,
to prepare for it still. The
как бы
next one
сказать,
is pretty long, but this
у
run,
них же курс на
February World 96
социализацию.
Exit Race is going to be coming up
Допустим,
after our next
Switch, она же
game,
позиционируется
which
как
is
консоль,
Pokemon
чтобы
Let's
вы
Go
можете пойти
Eevee.
там с друзьями
And
поиграть
I want to point out that we have
на
a
улице
bonus
даже.
game, Ocarina of Time, any percent. That goal has not been met yet, but we still have time. If you want to see any percent Ocarina of Time happen, it would be happening after the 96 exit run. So get your donations now in for
Покемон
that.
Щит или Покемон Меч?
And with that, I'd like to
Не
thank you
знаю,
guys once again for
не
talking with
знаю.
me. And everyone, check out this run after our next run, which is Pokemon Let's
Если
Go
бы ты у меня взял и
Eevee
спросил
by
Sun или Moon, я бы тебе ответил Moon,
Thank you,
но
guys.
меч или щит, не знаю. Гулять, общаться на улице.
Good morning, speed friends. Welcome, welcome. My name is Crunchy Lex, and I hope you all are ready for adventure, because I know I am. We've got Pokemon coming up. I am excited to go on this magical Pokemon journey.
А если у вас не было друзей, вы можете прийти, допустим, на сходку
Yeah, there we go.
и познакомиться, и завести себе
Fine, late
друзей.
response. It's
Вот.
morning. I get it. Don't worry. We'll get the
Я не
blood
знаю
pumping soon
насчет
enough.
маленьких городов,
Before we do,
но,
though, we'll get
допустим,
set
в
up over
Питере
here.
или в
Let's
Москве
get into a
такие
few more of your
сходки есть, так
donations then,
что
shall we?
если у вас нет друзей, но вы любите покемонов,
All right, we have
погуглите, и обязательно у вас появятся
$600
друзья.
from Easy Bob, who simply says, meet all the incentives.
Сходка по покемонам. Ну да, именно так, именно так.
We have $50 from Jackstronomy, donating for more Zelda and more MSF. As Fiesel told us, the Ocarina of Time bonus game incentive is still on the board. We are sitting at a bit over 88,000 of 300,000.
А все почему?
So
Потому
we've
что у
been
тебя
making
нет
some huge
покемонов.
strides toward that, but we still got a ways to go. If you want to see, have a bit more oot in your life, then you
никуда не хожу.
We have $100 from Ryrun. Been a great week watching the runs. Agreed, my friend. Agreed. $20 from Anonymous. $10 for each year I've watched. I'm no mathematician, I'm an engineer, but that sounds like 2 years, Anonymous, and I hope there are many more to come.
Осуждаем, осуждаем.
$11. Dang it. $11 from Punk Dance, who just says, Happy Saturday, smiley face. All right, friends, let's not put it off any longer. It is time to be the very best, like no one ever was. It's Pokemon Let's Go with etiquette. Take it away. Woo!
All right. Welcome, everyone.
Собственно, ранить игру будет
So I've already got Eevee.
Wareholder.
Which game did win? Eevee or Pikachu?
Эдакет.
Uh-oh.
No.
Well, wouldn't you know it, I got pushed off my screen. Give me a second.
No problem.
So I was about to drop 1K for
Road
Pikachu
Eevee.
right now.
Yeah, right?
All right, it is Eevee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ну и Eevee, как вот они
You
отметили,
guys
он,
chose well.
How dare you? Yeah, Eevee's the better version for
он
sure.
типа более имбовый, чем
Hard
Пикачу.
disagree.
All right.
Same.
I am. Wait, 1 second. All right, I am.
Погнали.
Just making sure. All right, are we going on timer? All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Eevee проходит с нами почти всю игру. Ну, не всю, конечно, но почти всю.
All right. So, this is
Собственно,
Pokemon Let's Go
профессор
Eevee.
Оук,
This came out in
знакомый всем
November,
по
and it's already
аниме
had
Покемон.
a ton of different like reroutes and all that kind of stuff that we'll talk about a lot throughout the run. But this run is quite a different speed run than like a normal traditional Pokemon run. And I'm going to do the rival name and the
Собственно, вы можете
trainer name. So I
выбрать
believe it
пол
is Steve
своего тренера. И это Стив Ирвин.
Irwin.
Кек.
Let's go, Steve.
Aw.
Okay. And everyone's favorite from the Crystal Run is the rival name.
А это ваш противник,
We're
скажем
talking about
так.
me, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. it's
Он
definitely
типа
Keith
друг
Irwin.
и
Yeah.
противник.
Totally.
Didn't you get 4th?
Его
I did
зовут
get fourth
Дио.
in the thing, yeah. Dio.
EO. You guys know what to do.
Eat your heart out, Reddit.
Такой Стив Ирвин, без понятия, без понятия.
All right. So we're gonna get started. Steve Irwin, my girl.
Ну, покемоны были в 2000-х, то есть вам должно быть лет,
Not judging.
ну, хотя бы
No,
20.
not at all. Let's go. All right, so we're gonna jump in here. This is a remake of Pokemon Yellow. You guys chose Eevee, so our starter will be Eevee. And our rival Dio will have...
Собственно, когда вы начинаете игру, в вашей комнате всегда стоит консоль. Это может быть, допустим, Nintendo Wii, Wii U потом была. Сейчас вот Switch около телевизора стоит.
Always one step ahead.
All right, so we're gonna set our options here.
Собственно, Дио
Typical, you know, Pokemon
без страха
options. We're gonna
вбегает в нашу
do fast
комнату.
text. We're going to make our
Осуждаю,
battle styles
осуждаю.
set.
А вдруг здесь есть что-то такое не для его глаз. Так что
Turn animations off. Animations are very slow in this game.
на кухне стоит
We
наша
also
мама.
finally have the option in a Pokemon game to skip cutscenes.
Yeah, because that helps.
Yeah.
Почему девочкам?
Hey, there's 5.
Ну,
Oh, man.
There are exactly
потому
5
что
cutscenes.
захотели девочку.
So just like every other Pokemon game, we're going to hope we get a good starter. I do have 2 backup save. Well, I have a backup save for Eevee.
Собственно,
If the starter we
здесь
get is not good.
обычно люди сейвятся,
Normally I would just sort of sit here, save
чтобы
before this
получить
and
нужного им
do a
покемона.
reset, but the
Потому
resets
что
for the starter
покемоны
are
имеют
actually very
кучу,
long. They're like 2.5 minutes, 'cause you have to
как
save
бы
before
сказать,
this cutscene, and you can't actually check your
nature.
stats until almost like 90 seconds
Блин,
later.
как бы сказать,
WarTab has something to say about long
как бы это на
stuff.
русский-то перевести.
Yeah.
То есть они бывают разными, они бывают там добрыми, нежными и так далее, так далее, так далее.
Yeah, this
Их
is-
очень
this is sort
много.
of like a middle ground
И
in
это
terms of
супер
the
важно, потому
resets
что
for starters.
в зависимости
You're
от
also
их
gonna get to see
природы,
the first
ну да,
example of
думаю,
a new
можно
mechanic
сказать
in
так,
this game,
у них разные статы. У кого-то быстрее бафается атака, у кого-то быстрее бафается специальная атака, у кого-то брони меньше, спешл брони меньше, у кого-то скорость больше. Вот. И это супер важно. Плюс, если вы хотите, например, чтобы ваш покемон был девочкой тоже, то шанс там не очень высокий, по-моему, что-то в районе 10%. Вот.
Yeah, you'll see that a lot, and sometimes that can really mess you up. Like, sometimes Pokemon, as we're going through the run, we're going to be catching a lot of Pokemon if you don't know anything about the game. And the Pokemon can be on middle of the screen, they can be on the sides, they can be like halfway to the side of the
У
screen.
Ревала, у него, по-моему,
And sometimes the throw is going to autocorrect to a spot
ну, Пикачу,
where you
да.
don't want it to go, but the game really wants it to go.
Он же ваш противник? Ну, это Дио, да.
So we're gonna go ahead and grab our starter. It happens to be the one that's jumping around for some reason.
А начальных покемонов, таких как, допустим, Бульбазавра, вы сможете поймать в лесу.
That was really hard tech. We should probably clap for that. There we go.
All right, I'm gonna not nickname it right here, and I'm going to check its stats real quick. And one of the nice things about this game is it actually lets you just change the name of the Pokemon right from your Pokemon menu.
Also, don't ask what's in the third ball, because no one knows.
Brave is fine. Yeah, Brave is fine.
Джон Сина.
So what is the starter name? Sorry, I should have given you a little heads up.
No worries, I've got a name for you, and that name is John Cena!
У Брейва и повышенная атака, но пониженная скорость.
Can I just do this? All right, cool.
Каждый свой шанс быть мальчиком девочкой? Нет, не 50 на 50. У первых самых у них где-то 90 на 10, если я не ошибаюсь. И 1 из 1000, что ли, шанс, что покемон будет апгрейднутым. Ну, в смысле, у него не будут лучше статы, он будет по-другому выглядеть. Золотые покемоны, так называемые.
You guys are awesome. All right, so if you've seen a Gen 1 speedrun, you know what we're doing. We're going to go up to Viridian City.
Собственно, встречаем маму. Она дает нам карту. Привет, мама. Шайни, да. Шайни. Не знаю, почему-то у меня Голд в любой игре Голд, поэтому... Да, прошу прощения, Шайни. Действительно, Шайни.
Catching, like they really want to emphasize catching, and you're going to see that in this run.
У стартов были средние? Нет. У каждого, у покемона есть одна из 24, если я не ошибаюсь. Бежим в первый город. И в первый и последний одновременно. Здесь как, по-моему, когда вам исполняется 10 лет, вы отправляетесь в путешествие. Вот такой вот добрый мир, где родители говорят, иди путешествуй с покемонами, тебе всего 10, иди. Целый мир открыт перед тобой. А меня 10 лет после, я не знаю, там после 9 гулять не разрешали. Типа уже темно. Возможно. Получаем от профессора фрукты, которые необходимы для того, чтобы поймать покемонов. То есть вы кормите покемонов, они становятся более спокойными, и тем самым их проще поймать. И первый файт. Собственно, Eve против Пикачу. Используем такл. 2 или 3, раза 3 потребуется. И еще разок.
Yeah, and they actually reweighted experience quite a bit in this game too, so a lot of your experience comes from catches more so than fights. So it's actually really important that we get good catches and get a lot of experience from that.
Yeah.
И все. Приключение вперед, incoming. Что представляет у себя дефолтный геймплей покемонов? Вы путешествуете по локации, сражаетесь против тренеров, которых вы встретите, но так как это спидран, вам нужно как можно быстрее пробежать, и поэтому большинство тренеров здесь скипаются. В ранних версиях это было делать гораздо сложнее, но в 3D это попроще. Покемоны здесь бегают, ну вот, прямо на карте, то есть если вы хотите, вы можете попробовать их поймать. Файт против рототы.
So some places we're going to use it more for the experience side, and sometimes we're going to use it to increase our catch rate.
Используем дважды текл, и на этом все. Тех тренеров, которых невозможно задоджить, с ними сами подходим и болтаем, потому что если вы пробегаете около тренера, и он вас замечает, то игра останавливается на... Ну, буквально на секунду тренер подбегает к вам и говорит, давай подеремся. Поэтому, чтобы вот этой анимации не было, чтобы ее проскипать, мы к тем тренерам, которых скипнуть невозможно, мы сами общаемся с ними и сражаемся. Отправляемся в лес. Где, кстати, можно будет поймать Пикачу.
Like 7 or 8 fights, something like that we use it on. Only like 2 of them are actually truly fast.
Нужно по итогу будет выловить примерно 50 покемонов. Вот. Поэтому по ходу игры... То есть вам нужно в смысле не выловить 50 покемонов, а узнать инфу про 50 покемонов.
In some cases, like if we catch a Pidgey really late, we can get 3 Pokemon for the price of 1. In this case, the Rattata just ran into me, so I can catch Eradicate later.
Ловить покемонов здесь гораздо проще, рандомные файты здесь попроще, опять-таки, чем было в оригинале. Здесь вы просто бросаете покебол, и покемон ловится. В то время как, допустим, раньше вам нужно было подраться, ослабить покемона, только потом его и поймать. Плюс еще одно, скажем так, оказуаливание, это то, что в старых версиях покемонов лишь основной покемон ваш получал опыт. То есть, если вы хотели прокачать 2 или 3 покемонов, вам нужно было в бою их менять, и тогда все покемоны получали опыт. А сейчас это по дефолту стоит. Раньше, чтобы опыт на покемонов делился, вам нужно было пройти где-то до половины игры, и после этого вы получали предметы, то, которые, кстати, можно было пропустить. Особо накачи покемонов здесь и не качаются. Здесь в основном кач происходит именно за счет тренеров. Всего нужно, как я уже сказал, узнать инфу про 50 покемонов. То есть у вас должен быть покемон, допустим, пойман, и потом он должен эволюционировать. В лесу мы приведем где-то до 10 уровня примерно. Нужно будет поймать Катерпи еще.
And every Pokemon that gets spawned after you use it is 1 level higher than the maximum range would normally be.
С покеболом-контроллером, честно, не знаю. Опа, Пикачу. Кстати, Пикачу девочка. Как отличить Пикачу мальчика от девочки? У Пикачу девочки хвост в виде сердечка.
Pikachu is one of the best bonus Pokemon you can get here because it's very easy to evolve. You just slap a Thunderstone on it, and it's basically 2 Pokemon with that.
Yeah, so generally how the catch routing usually works is that we have a set number of Pokemon that we plan to get every single time. There's around 35 probably of those. And then everything else is kind of wiggle room, and we kind of just play off of what we get.
Nice. Hey, you encouraged them. You should have known after being part of my run.
You can also notice right there how much experience that catch gave, especially compared to the battle experience. I think you got, what, 2 levels on the Eevee from that?
Yeah, 2 levels on the Eevee. And you'll notice I also got 2 levels on the Rattata. And
Пикачу
you saw how
вайфу.
slow that is. So imagine me
Подбираем
actually
люр.
evolving
Люр —
this to
это
level 20.
способность,
It would
которая
just be crazy.
приманивает
Yeah,
покемонов.
so everything here spawns between level 3 and level 6. Once we use the lure, everything will be at level 7. The bugs evolve
Убираем
at level 7 and then
Ретату
level
и
10.
Пикачу и
So
используем люр.
you can sort of see
И
we would
теперь покемонов станет гораздо больше.
potentially catch a level 3 bug, or we can catch a level 7 bug, be 1 level away from evolving,
Caterpie.
and get a ton more experience.
Yeah, especially if it's a bigger spawn in size.
Скармливаем ей
So we're
ягоды
actually specifically trying to hit level
и
10
ловим.
in these catches.
Easy peasy.
Eevee learns double kick at level 10, and that's going to be really important for facing Brock in not too long here.
Приманивает покемон.
It's also really nice how many
Да,
Pokeballs
вы
they give
можете,
you if
кстати,
you just get
позвать
insane amount of
дополнительного
Pokeballs in
тренера.
this game.
Yeah, you start with 50 Pokeballs, and trainers
Вот.
give you
И
Pokeballs.
тогда вы можете в бою использовать не одного покемонов, как бы, а двух. Но это сделано для того, чтобы вы могли играть, допустим, с другом. Вот. Почему бы и нет. Но также это используется и в спидран-стратах. Bellsprout.
Hey, it's that Brock gym requirement.
Yep.
Something else we should probably mention, the Eevee actually has boosted stats from a normal Eevee. I'm not exactly sure what the base stats are, but they're much higher than like a normal Eevee would be. So it's actually a pretty good fighter.
Нам нужно прокачать Caterpie до Butterfree. И после этого можно взять другого покемона уже будет.
A stat that has a 0 to 31 range that determines, you know, how
Когда
many extra
свечи
points
был
you
бы
get in the
накладен.
stat. But the Eevee just has perfect IVs.
Итак,
so
Caterpie
it's one less thing we
эволюционирует.
have to reset over.
Yeah, when we're resetting, we're really just looking at the nature. So you'll notice, like, I looked at the nature.
И
So
это
natures in Pokemon,
метапод.
basically there's each nature will boost one stat and hinder another stat. So like I'm Brave Nature right now, so it will be plus attack minus speed. Nice. When I was waiting for it. When we're doing runs at home, I would actually reset minus attack, minus
Ну да,
special
где-то
attack,
я
minus
примерно
speed. I
на
have minus speed here,
3-4 секунды
but because
впереди.
I have plus
Сорян,
attack, I
сорян.
figured it's worth it. I did set up a backup save, which was a Naughty nature. I did not try for it, it just sort of happened. Naughty is plus attack minus special defense. Probably the best nature for the Eevee.
Wheel.
Yeah, I can confirm he got 2 back-to-back Naughty Nature Pokemon in a row setting up.
Yeah.
Don't tell them about the fact that we cheated for it, though. Oh, oops.
So there's actually another new stat they introduced in Let's Go. They actually removed effort values, and they replaced them with awakening values, which are kind of another thing that's tied into Go. You have these candies that you can use to increase a Pokemon's individual stats, or if it's a specific Pokemon candy, you can use it to increase all their stats. All the stats can have an awakening value up to 200, and you can do that for every stat. You do get 1 random AV every single level, but you also have a characteristic that's
Здесь
listed under your
еще, в
nature
принципе,
that kind
можно и
of
бульбазавра
determines
поймать.
how weighted,
Вот, но
in a certain stat those
шанс
AVs are going to be.
довольно рандомен, и особого смысла в этом нет. Поэтому не поймали, и ладно.
So I'm not only plus attack, I'm also going to be getting more attack AVs as the run goes on. This Eevee is going to be unstoppable.
Eevee уже довольно высокого левела, и поэтому хватает одного такта. Отправляемся за первым значком.
The bee tried to get you there.
It really did.
So yeah, this game actually does a really good job of balancing, you know, important trainers have extra AVs in their HP, so that, you know, if you use a super effective ice move on a Dragonite, it's not just going to go down super easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all the Elite Four trainers have 30 IV across the board. Useful natures, like Dragonite, for example, in the Elite Four has a careful nature, so it's boosted special defense, and they all have like 24 AVs, I think it is, in HP, so they're super bulky.
Yeah.
Give it your best, Steve Irwin.
Thanks, Dio.
И первый значок, если вы помните покемонов, это сражение против Брока. Кто помнит, какие покемоны были у Брока? Чат.
get candies for it, and then dump them into Eevee. But we've since routed all that out.
Yeah, so here's the requirement. We needed to show him a Bellsprout.
Нужно было пораньше спрашивать, а то сейчас их уже покажут. Каменные. Не, ну понятно, что они каменные, а какие именно?
So it's an encounter that doesn't actually appear in the Pokedex. When you go to the Pokedex, you can sort of see with every Pokemon, okay, where does it spawn in the wild?
Да.
It won't actually show you
Джек,
that Bulbasaur
Dead Black абсолютно прав. И первый это Geodude. Мы понижаем ему броню.
And so those are really the only two Pokemon that satisfy that requirement. It allows you to
И
show
Double
them
Kick.
Water type, but it's just no water type available. You'd have to trade with somebody in order to get a water type before this point. So this is actually the first example of where the two games are really going to differ. So
Вульпикс появится уже потом. Вот. Ну, имею в виду в сериале. Появился потом. Вот, и понижаем броню. В этой игре понижающие броню, скорость, они стакаются, если я не ошибаюсь, до 5 раз. Вот. Если вы встречаете вдруг покемона, которого вы не можете одолеть, попробуйте понизить ему, ну, либо скорость, если он очень быстрый, либо атаку, например, если он очень сильный. И первый значок. Изи. Ну, куда я проходил с Чермандером. И вот встречаем Гэри, ну, как его звали в аниме, но здесь он Блю. Куда делся Эш? Ну, мы, типа, по сути, Эш. Вот. Только вместо Эша здесь девочка. Собственно, первый менюинг, мы продаем все покеболы, вот, продаем парочку ягод. Необходимо где-то приблизительно 8600. Покупаем великие покеболы, их, потому что благодаря ним поймать проще. Антидоты от ожогов покупаем. От сна покупаем, от паралича. И также предметы, которые бустят спешл атаку и просто атаку.
So you saw me use a raspberry already that increases the catch rate of the Pokemon.
Эш был в Yellow, да. Ну и в аниме, потому что, короче, изначально же покемоны делались по игре, а потом игра Yellow, она была по покемонам, ну, по сериалу. Здесь спидранер скипает тренеров, поднимает люр, еще один, чтобы приманивать опять-таки покемонов. Избегаем лишних сражений, которые не особо-то и нужны. И здесь нам нужно купить Magikarp. Жаль, конечно, что он никогда в Gyarados не трансформируется. Вот, но как и халявный покемон, почему бы и нет?
Oh yeah, we're supposed to count.
Surprised they remembered.
I know, I'm like 8. Is that right?
Didn't you get a shiny Magikarp?
И вот, ту-ту-ту-ту-ту. Команда ракета летит на край света. Джесси, Джеймс, ту-ту-ту-ту. Команда R. Почему? Нет, в смысле, если вы будете качать его, то он, конечно же, трансформируется. Я имею в виду в спидране. Он просто не успеет. Мяут был мяут. Учим билку мощную для Джона Сины. Используем еще люр и погнали. Какого года игра? 18-го? Если я не ошибаюсь, конечно. Джон Сина, я выбираю тебя. Ту-ту-ту-ту. Собственно, используем способность, которую только что выучили. И на этом все. Получаем от девушки 3 покебола.
He gives us Headbutt, and Headbutt is a pretty powerful move on its own right, but it's also a normal type move. Eevee is a normal type Pokemon, so it gets
Где Пикачу? Взяли Eve, а не Пикачу. Ну, потому что Eve, он более имбовый, вот, чем Пикачу, поэтому взяли именно Eve. Ну, Eevee, да. Подбираем Moonstone. Moonstone пригодится потом для того, чтобы апнуть покемона. Некоторые покемоны, они не эволюционируют самостоятельно. Для того, чтобы покемоны эволюционировали, вам нужны камни. То есть, как пример, если вы хотите, чтобы Пикачу стал Райчу, вы можете использовать камень грома. По-моему, вот только с помощью камня грома и можно получить, если я не ошибаюсь. Вот Пичу превращается в Пикачу, если у вас с ним высокий показатель дружбы, а вот чтобы Пикачу трансформировался в Райчу, вам потребуется камень грома.
That's because the trainer that we just fought gives us 3 Pokeballs. So we're able to, like, 9 times out of 10, I catch 3 Pokemon here, and I just got 3 Pokeballs. So it's, like, perfect. It's almost like
для кого Moonstone? Блин, честно, не помню. Выдал трансформируется в Какуну. Расскажи, как Eevee эволюционирует. Ну, у Eevee же много версий есть. Eevee там огненный, Eevee темный, Фейри Eevee, водный Eevee, грозовой Eevee. Ну, по-моему, многие из них тоже трансформируются с помощью камней, если я ничего не путаю. А некоторые Eevee трансформируются из-за дружбы тоже. И плюс вам нужно время суток. Допустим, если вы хотите темного, по-моему, нужно, чтобы была ночь. Честно, я не помню. Опа, Оникс отреспился. Нифига себе.
Wow, that's unfortunate.
Classic Mount Moon.
Okay,
У Оникса, кстати, тоже есть форма эволюции. Здесь нет, но вообще есть. Он из каменного становится стальным. Темно к максимальному счастью. Ну, я не помню всех. Ну, ребят, пощадите. Тут столько покемонов.
That's just sad. I'll throw one more time. Ah, nice. That doesn't guarantee anything, by the way. It's just nice.
You get more XP, that's pretty much it. And it's slightly more likely to catch.
Hey!
Nice. Wow, we found Onyx. Are you going to ride it for the people? That's the real question.
Итак, метапод эволюционирует в Баттерфи.
Just for a couple of floors. You gotta do it.
You guys don't know how bad this is gonna be.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, you can ride Pokemon in this game, and usually they give you a small movement boost, and they can be pretty comical.
Не знаю, такое такие.
Yeah, Onyx does not give you such a boost, but it is a...
It's a thing.
It's an experience. But yeah, like on that note, later on when we're in Rock Tunnel, we're gonna look for a Rhyhorn, because Rhyhorn does boost your movement, and then eventually we will catch a Ponyta, candy it to a Rapidash, and Rapidash is going to be the fastest thing that we have to travel with, which, speaking of Rapidash, there is still the donation incentive for its nickname, so be sure to get those donations in.
Somehow that's like the most hotly contested one of the bunch. Like,
yeah, Rapidash.
Вот, можно Оникса использовать как транспорт. Ну, из-за того, что он большой, это не самый удобный транспорт. Вот.
Oh, man.
Oh, God. Oh, God. There we go.
Игра на русском есть? По-моему, только английский. Вот, кстати, да, вот очень странно, что Nintendo не делает игру на русском, хотя казалось бы, но, увы, увы. Ловим Джиадута.
Yeah, it's actually really nice when you're on Mount Pokemon. Your hitbox, as far as spinners are concerned, is not the entire Pokemon that you're on. It's basically just where your trainer is.
Yeah, Onyx especially. Like, Onyx is actually, it looks really hard to dodge, but its tail's hitbox is just empty. Like, you can walk through its tail and it doesn't actually hit the Pokemon.
Yeah, you're basically just
Ну, Какуна эволюционирует...
I'm gonna get rid of Onyx, I'm sorry.
Я промолчу, потому что мало ли.
No fun allowed.
Wait, what does the Onyx have for moves? Can I use it for the double fight?
It might have Rock Throw. I think it has Rock Throw.
I'm going to be unprofessional and look at its moveset real quick.
I think it probably has Rock Throw because Brock has Rock Throw, so could maybe use it.
You can always teach it Headbutt.
I'd like to point out that while I'm being unprofessional, we have a professional cameraman taking a picture right now.
I can see the tagline now. Keys are on being unprofessional again.
Keys fired.
Yeah, so usually at this point, since his Pokemon had just evolved, he's gonna do a bunch of that menuing. It's better to wait until you have multiple things to do at the same time. So
Подбираем еще один Moonstone и Nugget, который потом позже чуточку продадим.
How did I find that Moonstone? Oh my God, there's a fairy.
Как же сложно на Ониксе передвигаться. Просто жесть. Просто жесть.
Get the Clefairy!
Please be the Clefairy. Okay.
Why is Onyx so stupid?
We got a $95
Clefairy.
donation for Onyx.
I think that's the Pokédex number, right?
Нельзя иметь больше 6 покемонов, поэтому только что пойманный покемон, он автоматически отправляется в этот, как его называют, лабораторию профессора Оуку. Я надеюсь, что они Оникса поменяют, на самом деле, потому что, блин, это не самый, как я уже говорю, удобный покемон для исследования. Он супер большой. А может быть и нет. Может быть, не поменяют. Да.
Oh, I went through all that effort. The hotel Wi-Fi's poop, and you made me go through that. I'm so upset.
Oh, I like it just dropped you
fell from the sky.
I hope you're okay.
All right.
Your poor ankles.
Oh, another Clefairy, wow.
Onyx is so far off the
Century
route that I'm gonna have to actually like remember that I caught one.
Yeah.
I hope you run into one in Rock Tunnel. It's like, ooh, Onyx.
You could just treat that as your Eradicate because you've got the early
That's actually very
Rattata.
true.
Yeah, you could.
I was gonna use it as my Clefairy, and then I got Clefairy.
Yep.
I also, yet again, didn't evolve the Clefairy like I was supposed to. Nice, that's a range.
I mean, when you got muscle-bound Eevee here with plus attack characteristics.
Wave thrashing, yeah.
His name is John Cena, yeah.
And his name
Вот,
is John.
кстати, Мяут.
Wish that song was on my mind.
I want to play My so bad right now.
Got some
Keith, you're wearing a whisk brace.
I know.
You have a problem.
Кстати, я не помню, чтобы в мультфильме Эш, допустим, бегал по каким-то пещерам. То есть они обычно перемещались между городами, но это были какие-нибудь леса или типа того. А вот чтобы это были какие-то пещеры, я не помню, если честно. Дроузи. Но обычно хватает одного хедбата. Но при этом Дроузи может усыпить, что, конечно, не очень приятно. Плохо мультфильм смотрел. Ну, я мультфильм очень давно смотрел.
$15 from Dutchy. It's after midnight in Australia, but I will not miss the Pokemon speedrun. $5 from Angela. Squirtle, 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 Squirtle.
Дроузи, как-то так. По-моему, он в мультфильме был. Спойлеришь нам. Ну, блин, сорян, guys. Хорошо, постараюсь с 5-секундной задержкой комментить.
Bring back on.
Get a donation incentive for Onyx.
Yeah, can we open a $10,000 donation incentive right now?
Большую часть игры, где-то, ну, процентов, наверное, 50 покемона, они проходятся банально самым первым покемоном. Вы всегда атакуете, там, не знаю, какая-то там огненная атака, водяная атака, и, по сути, 50% игры можно смело пройти самым первым покемоном. Паузы замедлится. Если я прожму пауза play, то ничего не поменяется.
I mostly heard Helix, so go Dome.
All right, I think Helix is the one on the right side, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I grab it. It doesn't matter which one we grab in the normal speedrun, so I'm just gonna...
Итак, сражение против Вольторба и Магнемайта. У Магнемайта есть не очень тоже приятная атака. Он может наслать паралич, но, к счастью, без негативных статусов.
Changed the route, we actually used to get the Dome fossil because we would actually use Kabutops as our main toward the end.
I have 40 attack? Holy moly. I don't even know. Also, I'm grabbing the Dome fossil.
Sin.
Ну, здесь нас настигают Джесси и Джеймс.
Saving one frame.
Yeah, so in a lot of our
text game.
It's like, so in like Gen 1 Pokemon, actually saving characters is important.
И нам предстоит сразиться против их знаменитых Эконса и Кофинга. Параличный негативный статус. Негативный. Он не позволяет вам ходить.
I also think this is the first actual double battle, and you'll notice he's using an X attack. You can use
Здесь используется спешл атак на Eevee. И Butterfree используют в то время как Eevee атакует Эконса сперва, а затем уже Кофингом. Кофинг может отравить, но опять-таки все прошло без эксцессов, изи-пизи.
X-attacks were $1,000, X-defends are like $2,000. In this game, they sort of messed up, I think, and they are still +2 stages.
Butterfree один из, скажем так, сильнейших покемонов для начала игры. Раньше Butterfree была только летающим, флайнг, по-моему. Вот. А потом ее в каком-то, то ли в 6-м поколении, то ли в 7-м, ей добавили еще и Magic. Как-то так. Ну, то есть она в начале игры довольно имбовая. То есть ее очень легко получить, она эволюционирует на 10-м левеле. Так что почему бы и нет, почему бы ее и не использовать?
And so now you get to see basically the reason why Eevee is faster. So yeah, we didn't actually talk about that. Eevee is the faster version.
Потому что он убрал уже карту. Собственно, приходим в Покемон-центр и учим для Eevee атаки. Здесь тренер обучит вас 3 атакам. Это водная атака, огненная атака и электрическая атака. Вот, что, в принципе, очень прикольно. Потому что нам предстоит сражаться во втором городе, на втором стадионе. Вот. Возможно, прошаренные люди помнят, кто здесь тусит. Если здесь не хватает левела, то сперва идут по сюжету дальше, а потом возвращаются обратно. Ну да, да, это, собственно, водный стадион, и лидером является Мисти. Кто помнит, какие покемоны у Мисти?
Yeah, so Eevee, throughout the course of the game, gets a choice of 7 different unique moves to it, one for each of its types of its evolutions. That's another thing to note too, is these starters don't
Водные, не, ну понятно, что они водные, а какие именно?
Pikachu only gets 3, and its moves later, the secondary effects of them are a lot more lackluster than Eevee's even.
Yeah, like, I think it gets a move called Floaty Fall, which is a
It's like one turn fly, but it can flinch.
Yeah.
Собственно, первый файт обязателен против этой девушки в купальнике, а вот второй файт можно задоджить. Так же, как и третий, в принципе.
So whenever you get status, sometimes the game just takes a while to think about what's going on, which is why he was kind of stuck on that trainer animation for a little bit.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to
На всякий случай сейвится.
And I'm also going to save the game. This fight isn't terribly dangerous, but better play safe than sorry.
That's what the save screen looks like?
Yeah.
И первый покемон Мисти — это...
It's actually pretty quick to save, but it's really slow to reload from one. That's kind of the issue with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no like soft reset. You have to go back to the main Switch home screen and load the game back up, and there's a whole cutscene, and it's just a whole.
Используется баф на спешл атаку,
Yeah, conveniently we get that electric type move.
а затем используется молния.
Starmie is faster than us, so we're actually going to use turn 1 to paralyze it.
В оригинале Мисти было в купальнике, не канон. Ну, игра-то для детей. Старми очень быстрая. Вот, но электрические атаки против нее супер эффективны, и Старми получает паралич. Вот, и таким образом Eevee ходит снова, и изи-пизи. Отличный файт.
Yeah, you're really only scared of a critical there, which is 1 in 16, so... Or is it 1 in 24 in this game?
Получен второй значок. Значок гордо Цирулин.
Crits also only deal a 50% extra damage on like ×2 in the older games.
Yeah.
Hey, crowd, you're still with us, right?
Ну, до Мисти девушки были довольно взрослые. Только я помню, Мисти как бы, ну, маленькая еще, поэтому... Ей тоже там лет, может быть, 10-11. Что вы начинаете? Мы сражаемся против Дио, нашего приятеля-соперника. Он умудрился поймать Пиджи, но это ему не особо поможет.
This game did something really cool where they basically, after this point, it really opens up. Like in Gen 1 and Gen 3, the remakes, there's the HMs, so like
Против Одиша супер сильно работает огонь.
Behind badge requirements. So in order to use Fly, for example, you need to beat Surge. In order to use Surge,
ну а против Пикачу работают, в принципе, обычные атаки.
The HMs are replaced with what are called secret techniques. And those secret techniques just have no requirement behind them, so we're pretty easily just going to be able to do everything in the game.
Beautiful.
This is one, like,
Будут эксплойтом. Да, если я не ошибаюсь, в покемонах особо каких-то багов нет, на самом деле. Если только вдруг что-то прям новое такое вот и не открыли, в чем я сомневаюсь. Ты просто пробегаешь очень быстро, и все.
Probably just to nerf it so it wasn't too overpowered against you.
Yeah, so I have a belief that this game was actually made as Let's Go Eevee, and then they tacked on Pikachu purely because of this. So
против него очень эффективен огонь, очень эффективен, супер-мега эффективен.
The first 3 trainers on this just get destroyed by those 3 moves. Like, here's a Venonat that dies to Sizzly Slide.
Я помню, вот, допустим, в Red и Green примерно каждый покемон, он контрил другого покемона. Но вот был дракон, класс, или как сказать, и драконов не контрил никто. И поэтому покемоны такие, как же его называют-то? В конце-то такой и летающий был покемон. Не помню, блин, с головы вылетел. Он был просто лютый имбой. Но его мы еще увидим на плато. Драгонит, да, прям был супер имбой. Но позже, по-моему, то ли с 4-го поколения, то ли с 5-го добавили магических покемонов, фейри, вот, и драконов уже можно было контрить с помощью фейри покемонов. Драконий контрит дракон. Ну, на самом деле, не так много драконов, поэтому особо ты их и не поконтришь. У Геордота, если вы говорите про Мэджикарпа, у него нет приписки дракон. То есть, да, у него есть обилки дракона, но сам он не считается драконом. С 6-го волшебные? Ну, может быть. У меня уже в голове перепуталось с этими покемонами, их очень много. Дракон же нет, не обязательно. Воздушный нет. Ну, потихоньку продвигаемся. Остался еще один файт. Один из самых красивых, на мой взгляд, покемонов. Это Граулит. Я бы хотел себе такого покемона. Это работа для Ведьмака. I went out of my way to do some of the dumbest stuff. Like I caught a Beedrill, which you don't do.
We also had a fun extra incentive in that race too to go up to 75 catches instead of 50. So like both of us ended up taking a trip to Seafoam and doing stuff there. And of course I first balled a Jinx, which Keys wasn't able to.
No, not at all.
Получаем еще один наггет, но это оказывается один из организации Ракета.
The background for this next fight will actually be Nugget Bridge, and if you walk in front of him like I did, it's going to be like an open field. We noticed that fairly recently, and there might be lag implications, so like that actually could be a thing that matters at some point. Right now, we don't know, so I'm going to assume this is faster. I should have just told you guys this was faster. Like, I don't know why I...
They would have believed it too.
I know. Frames faster. Exactly.
I just tested it. It's faster.
Oh, yeah, okay. I believe it.
We should have all had like switches and pulled it out. Like, let's check real quick.
Counting frames on the couch.
Вот и все. В принципе, Зубат очень легко отъезжает от электрических атак, в то время как Кофинг очень легко отъезжает от огненных, ну или опять-таки от электрических. Нужно здесь бегать очень аккуратно, чтобы не вступить в лишнюю битву. Вот. Пробегаемся. Лишние файты не особо нужны. И сражаемся против рыбака. Ну, в принципе, это, скажем так, дефолтная JRPG-игра, где вы бегаете и деретесь, и бегаете и деретесь.
Also, if you're wondering how he dodged those two trainers, getting trainers to spot you is kind of weird in this game. So if you're
так как и Magikarp, и Краби, они водные покемоны, поэтому против них очень эффективное электричество, поэтому easy-peasy.
Yeah, there's 4 trainers that would otherwise kind of be required that we can just kind of slip past throughout the course of the run.
Yeah, we have another one coming up, and it's probably the one that
Бедный Magikarp. Персона — это тоже JRPG, да. Ну, ран персона, если что, длится где-то часов по 15, может
it's a lot
быть.
easier because there's a way that you can like line yourself up, but on the way back down, or on the way down, it's kind of difficult.
See, that's funny because I do way better going down, and I do
Так что
awful
я
going
не
up.
думаю, что на
I still
ГДК
messed
мы
up a lot
когда-нибудь
going
увидим
down,
ран
but
персоны, если
I'll point
честно.
out the spot when we get there.
Да и все
Yeah.
уснут.
Also, I think this is the second
Я
cutscene skip
помню,
coming
когда
up, so
был
really
ран
hard
FF9,
tricks.
и все
Yeah.
заходили,
We need
спидран
wait
на 9 часов,
frame
спидран.
perfect.
Вот, когда на 15
frame
увидят,
perfectly.
я думаю, что люди с ума сойдут.
What? Hey, he did it! Clap! Nice. Frame perfect cutscene skip. Let's go.
To get it framed perfectly,
I love
it's
you.
frame
Нет,
perfect.
действительно покемоны, они просто
So we're
стоят.
done with Cerulean.
Да.
In the original games, you only, in order to get out of Cerulean,
Но, может
there's
быть,
like a
в
house
будущих
that was
покемонах они им
burglarized,
добавят
and
какие-то анимации,
Officer
но
Jenny is-
здесь они просто
Yeah,
стоят. Да.
Officer Jenny is in front of it. I almost said Officer Joy. That would have been bad. Officer Jenny is in front of it and like blocks your exit until you get the
Возвращаемся обратно в город. Вот, кстати, если у вас, например, не хватало левела, вы могли сперва сбегать и туда, а потом вернуться в город и уже подраться.
Or probably the sequel to our favorite movie of 2019. Eevee is going to do a little bit of detective work and see what's going on in this crime scene. So
Eevee's movement's so great in this
let's check
too.
this out. So obviously there's no voice acting, so we'll do a little bit of commentary here to see what the Eevee is doing. So, okay, Eevee sees something.
Ну, это не
amiss.
казуальный ран.
Look at this
Обычный
table.
казуальный
Leg
ран
is
по
broken. There's a
покемонам
coffee
он
cup
бы
on the
занял,
ground. This
я не
is
знаю,
bad.
часов 10, может быть, а то и
Alright,
больше.
There are some footprints here. Where do they lead? Okay, they're over here. Oh, someone left these drawers open. That's irresponsible.
Просто
Oh
вы не
my
можете
God, there's a
прибежать
hole in the
еще
wall.
быстрее,
I
чем
wonder if this is
уже
where the
бегает.
guy went. All right, Eevee. Good detective work. We're gonna go figure out who caused this.
What are those footprints to?
I don't know. Apparently, this guy right here has some giant feet, but we're just gonna leave him be because I mean, we don't want to interrupt him. He obviously just had a hard day of work, so breaking that wall could not have been easy.
I just love that we ignore him.
Yeah, I think you actually fight them in the Pikachu.
Подбираем
route,
новые
Deep
ягоды.
Dig, just to deal with a lot of the rock ground types, but we can skip it.
Встречаем Дио.
Yep. So here we're gonna pick up a couple Nanab berries and we're gonna do a little cute cutscene. That's Keys' favorite.
Oh no. That's not GDQ appropriate.
И по подземному тоннелю мы отправимся в новый
This
город.
cutscene is something.
Yeah.
Let's all hold hands.
Hold still for a second.
Получили воскрешение.
Oh, I'm
А
getting
Дио.
rejected. No.
All right, we're
There you go.
И еще
Shrubs-
два.
There we go.
Careful
We
with his
did it.
hands. He's
Okay.
very
Oh, yeah.
injured. He did a lot of laundry today.
Yeah, that's what we did after the interview.
Yeah. So he gives us a couple of revives here. It's actually really nice. Normally
эти
for like a
спойлеры.
marathon safety,
Да
we
какие
would buy a
спойлеры?
couple
Пощады,
revives, but he
guys.
just gives
Просто
us 3 of them,
пощадите.
so we don't have to go out of our way to do anything super safe.
That's generally like the perfect amount too. Like even in no reset runs, that's generally all you ever need.
The only unfortunate thing about that is you need to have other Pokemon in your party to use the revives, and I don't think you have any other Pokemon
Здесь
in your
есть
party right
скрытые
now.
предметы, такие как,
Yeah, so
допустим,
sometimes
Pretty
they won't
Wing
be useful, but other times they will be.
и Наггет еще
So I'm
один.
gonna pick up a couple of money
Они
items
стоят
here.
очень дорого,
The first
и
and
они
third
пригодятся
money I'm gonna
нам
pick up
для
are
того, чтобы
actually
покупать
RNG.
новые
Pretty Wings are the
покеболы.
first ones to pick up because they're only worth $500.
Потому
We
что
only need
в основном
$1,000
деньги
extra.
зарабатываются тем, что
So
вы
getting two
сражаетесь
Pretty Wings is
против
fine.
тренеров.
Okay.
И тренеры
Oh,
дают
it's like you
вам
called
деньги.
I just called it.
Но так как
You
здесь
also have
большинство
Eevee's
тренеров
tail
скипается,
wagging
а
whenever
деньги
you
откуда-то
near an
брать
item, even
на
item balls.
покеболы
Yeah, we got
нужно,
another one over
поэтому
Yeah,
собираются
Eevee's
предметы,
tail
которые
wagging
позже
a bit.
продаются.
I didn't know there was one over there. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's a healing item.
It's a healing item, yeah.
Используем еще один
Super
люр.
potion or a hyper.
No.
God, could you imagine a hyper this early? It's like getting a full restore this early or something. Wait a minute.
There was one time there's a hidden item near the poster in the game corner
И вот,
that I
пожалуйста,
just like randomly picked up
пожалуйста.
one time on accident, and it was a Maxlow the first time I got
Wow,
it.
that's
Вульпик.
And I
very
thought it was
good.
amazing, but
Yeah.
it found out that was random too.
So I think it's gonna be a
Используем ягоды
Firefox and,
и ловим.
H-Fox.
Изи-пизи.
That rhymed.
Нет, Пикачу не смотрел.
Yeah, it was actually the two best Pokemon you can get on this route just immediately appeared. So instead of going up to get the rare candy,
Тем
it's
временем
like,
Джон
"Oh,
Сина
cool, I'm
апается
gonna turn around."
до 18 левела.
All right, there's a
Это
cow.
супер отлично. Супер-мега-пупер отлично.
Yeah, so again, we're going to be evolving a lot of Pokemon.
И
And Pokemon
также
like Vulpix and Jigglypuff are particularly good because they evolve with
еще один знаковый
and those are the
покемон.
fastest way you can evolve
There's an
Pokemon.
Abra right there.
Yeah.
Wow, really? Jeez, that's crazy.
Изи-пизи. И это Джиглипуф. Если кто не помнит или не смотрел, этот покемон, он очень любит петь, но от его песен абсолютно все засыпают. И он очень этим недоволен, что его выступление никто не слушает, и он вперед и разрисовывает всем лица. Абра.
Because it will despawn if you like run directly in front of it. So you have to approach it from behind and sort of scare it.
It's huge.
I'm gonna switch to Pokeball here, and then so because I ran out of Pokeballs in Mount Moon, I was throwing double Great Balls, and I meant to use a Nanab, whatever. I should probably use one.
Абра довольно имбовый покемон. Да, он или она потом трансформируется в Кадабру, и Кадабра уже трансформируется в Лаказаму. Это очень мощный психический покемон. В принципе, вы можете поймать Алаказама и всю игру пройти с ним. Подбираем конфетку. Эти конфетки, они позволяют вам апать левелы. Ловим пиджи.
Because, as mentioned before, Pikachu is not nearly as busted as Eevee.
You can actually just use Wigglytuff for that same purpose instead.
Come on.
Волкзаму после обмена, да, после обмена, именно так. Но это и не отменяет того, что он очень сильный. Пиджи останется у нас в пати, пока не апнется до Пиджиот, по-моему, если я не ошибаюсь. Или даже до Пиджета, или как там третья называется форма, я, к сожалению, не помню. Вот, мы прибываем, и тем самым в Вермиллион-Сити, и продаем те самые вещи, которые мы нашли по пути.
Dirt patch that you can kind of line your left foot up with, and that's usually what I use to go down. But when you're going back up, you can just line yourself up on the middle tile in Vermilion and just go straight.
Act like I know my left from my right.
Вещи стоят супер-мега дорого. Покупаем поушены. Покупаем парочку веревок. Это очень прикольная штука, которая позволяет вам сбегать из подземелья, например, чтобы пешком обратно не идти. Покупаем баф на атаки, баф на спешл атаки, баф на скорость. И гардспек, который защищает вас от понижения статов.
Now, guard spec isn't something that a lot of casual players really use. Yeah. It's really more beneficial for us than anything. It just prevents your stats from getting messed with. So, like, stand attack's not going to drop your accuracy. You're not going to lose attack from growl, that kind of stuff. And it's something that lasts, what, 5 turns?
Yeah.
Back then, it used to last forever.
Теперь отправляемся в путешествие на корабле, на лайнере.
Yeah, so we buy 3 guard specs there. We're going to fight our rival twice here, once here and then once a little bit later on in
И здесь нас снова уже поджидает наш друг-товарищ Дио и Блю.
It's just not a good time. So we're going to do that. And there's also an Eevee that we're going to fight a little bit later on that also has sand attack and growl, and we need to use physical moves to beat that fight. So it's really important for us not to get any of our either accuracy or attack lowered.
And I'd just like to point out that our rival is standing right there.
Yeah, our rival's right there.
So I want you to keep that in mind for like about 10 seconds. All right, we're just kind of going through. We're in a hurry. We need to talk to the captain. Like, you know,
Дим, как ты оказался там? Он остался внизу. Он остался внизу, а выбежал из капитанской каюты. Как это возможно? И предлагает нам с ним подраться. Его Пиджи трансформировался в Пиджота. используем предмет, который защищает от понижения статов. Используем X-атаку, которая бафает атаку. Очевидно.
If we use the next attack and didn't get sand attack, we can then just sweep the fight. But because we did get sand, or Pikachu needs to set up and also two-shot the Pidgeotto. So it's pretty important for us to set up that guard spec just in case.
Man, he is pissed at you. Goodness.
Изи для Джона Сины.
The good thing about the Buzzy Buzz attack
И
is
Джота
because
не
it
предел.
paralyzes, you lower their speed, so oftentimes you don't actually have to set up an X speed for these fights.
Он не преследует, они типа соревнуются. Они как бы друзья детства, но при этом они соревнуются, кто же из них будет лучшим тренером покемонов. Пикачу довольно высокого левела, 21-го. Вот. Ну, против водных атак и даже против обычных атак Пикачу ничего не может, так же как и Одиш против огненных атак. Поэтому...
You get some crazy coverage off those 3 moves.
And we're gonna get a 4th one a little bit later on, and the 4th one is just as broken.
Yeah. Psychic and light screen in the same move.
Fair and balanced.
It's like Pokemon always is.
Indeed. By the way, where's your Raikou?
I love this little cutscene. So he's gonna give us the cut HM, which
Капитан
is a secret technique called chop down.
показал нам суперсекретную технику. Благодаря этой суперсекретной технике теперь мы можем срубать деревья. То есть просто их испепелять. Вот. Доступ в некоторые локации нам преграждают деревья, камни, вода, например. И чтобы путешествовать, вам нужны определенные навыки, такие как срубка деревьев, поломка камней, либо плавание. Пока у нас есть срубка деревьев.
Also, he just casually skipped another cutscene, so
you guys, that one was not frame perfect. You guys did see it, but I mean.
Also, I love this scene. There's a boat
Любит
driving
воду.
away.
Не воду, деревья. Не кат, это чоп-даун. Велосипеды здесь, кстати, не знаю, ранее велосипед не используется, здесь используется транспорт. Ну, используются сами покемоны.
Neither of those trainers are like horrible to hit. I think one of them has a Bellsprout and one of them has a Charmander, and we obviously have Sizzly Slide for the Bellsprout and Bouncy Bubble for the Charmander.
Да, именно так. Велосипед не нужен, если есть Оникс. Ну, то есть будет, как он называет, рапидаж. Возможно, будет каменный такой вот носорог, не помню, как его зовут. Отправляемся обратно, где раньше было нельзя срубить дерево, теперь можно. Используем секретную технику. Давай, Eevee.
He's somehow responsible for something in this, I'm sure.
Probably.
So chop down is the barrier that prevents us from continuing over this way, so we're going to do that. And then do a little bit of menuing here. Now it's probably a decent time for
Используем Moonstone на Джиглипуфа.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, $30 from Alex145. Hi all, I'm loving this Pokemon.
Джиглипуф, кстати, в эволюционной форме он довольно милый. Ну, просто посмотрите, просто супер милота.
Real quick, I just want to point out we are at 94,440 of 300,000. Still moving forward, guys, but we gotta push a little bit harder to make that met. And you've opened a Pandora's box here. We have $50 from Chris Ward. Had to donate for Mr. Onyx's Wild Ride.
Убираем Виглитуфа из пати, потому что Виглитуфа не нужен. Снова берем в пати Оникса, и можно теперь кататься на Ониксе.
And 25 from Kirby Master. Kirby from the back couch.
Oh, yeah.
Donating to the Onyx.
He added the Onyx.
Лечим Джона Сину. Убираем поушена подальше и на первый слот ставим супер поушена. Потому что здоровье покемонов уже выше, чем там 20 или 30 или 40, и обычных поушенов просто не хватает. Сейчас дерутся Eevee против Eevee, брат против сестры. Грустно, грустно. Используем предмет, который защищает от понижения статов. Используем предмет, который бафает атаку. И простая атака. Да, оказуалили. Но, с другой стороны, то был год какой там, 90 какой-то, а это уже как бы современное, здесь есть Wi-Fi, поэтому покемоны здесь перемещаются по Wi-Fi. Тем временем Абра эволюционирует в Кадабру.
I might see one later on. I actually can't teach those moves to that Eevee. It has to be the starter one.
Ну или 4G, да, или 4G. Ну, может, у них там, не знаю, уже 10G. Кикис.
I mean, we're going to use the Eevee the whole time, right, guys?
Totally. Yeah.
We're just going to evolve it into a different water stone.
There it is. Just trucking along.
Как же неудобно. Просто как же неудобно. Оникс супер гигантский, у него супер большие хитбоксы. Но, с другой стороны, это повод и поймать Ретикейта.
It's actually kind of nice. You can spawn in the support trainer during battle, which he did there. You'll do that from time to time.
Какой максимальный левел? Ну, вероятно, на 99-й, но на чемпионатах сражаются с 50-м.
Actually really good on Pokemon at this point.
Yeah, this is a large amount of... Was that glowing?
No, it's
no, that was
Eradicates
just normal
are just worth a lot.
Eradicate.
Okay.
Generally evolved Pokemon are worth a lot more than their unevolved counterparts, as you might imagine.
Yeah. And the bonuses kind of add up quite a bit. So that was
И
a
Пиджи
first
эволюционирует
ball,
в
so he gets
Пиджота.
the first ball bonus. It was an excellent throw, so he gets that bonus. Co-op or sync bonus, I think it's called.
Yep.
You get
Да,
so many
есть и
different bonuses,
чемпионаты.
and they just multiply together for huge values.
Кстати, покемоны на 3DS это была игра, у которой не было 3D. Ну, по-моему, в XY 3D вроде как где-то было, если я не ошибаюсь. Вот. Но битвы... Но после того, как в покемонах взяли и вели битвы 2 на 2, то покемоны на 3DS, короче, лагали из-за этих битв. Убираем Оникса, потому что он все-таки как бы очень большой.
Poor Kirby Master.
Ed, if you've got a moment, I think I have a few donations you need to hear.
Absolutely.
И ловим Нидаран, девочку. Или это мальчик, погодите. Сложно, сложно. Да, девочка. Я, кстати, думал, что девочка розовая. Ну, ладно, окей.
$500 from Jay Broman, pet that Eevee, and $500 from Lady Adelaide, pet the Eevee.
Wow. Pets out of the kit. We need at least 6.
50-м сейчас в турнире или на 50-м? Ну, ваши покемоны, они типа на 50-м. На чемпионате.
That's at least 6 pets. Yeah, there we go.
О, бедняга, ему нравится, что... Теперь снова нравится.
Oh wow, that was a good one. Aww. There we go.
Сейчас бы не отличать девочек и мальчик. Ну, бывает. Капа-кипа.
Welcome to my first lesson of selling out.
Wait, where does the controller go? All right, there we go. Apparently petting the Eevee gets rid of the second controller. New strat.
But you see, your other hand is holding your support trainer's hand, so you needed that hand available to pet the Eevee.
Sound logic.
Oh, already halfway
25.
there.
Oh my God.
Halfway there.
Whoa. Wow, you guys really came in strong with that. That's awesome.
I've never seen them run together before, so that was just...
Yeah, so normally you wouldn't move the support trainer, but if you go off screen enough of where the support trainer is, it kind of locks your movement and forces them to teleport to you. So you actually want to keep them with you in instances like that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure exactly how far I was going to have to go. I wanted to keep him out in case something else, like a Nidoran male, spawned. But it didn't spawn, so I just sort of walked along with him.
Против земляного покемона очень эффективна вода.
My attack is probably high enough that I can two-shot this Raticate. So this Raticate here...
Кстати, если кто не знал, например, если ваш покемон, допустим, огненного типа, то его огненные атаки наносят примерно на 25% больше дамаджа. Ну, например.
Usually we would like buzzy buzz it to paralyze it and then two shot with headbutt afterward, which is really like a 3-shot. So I don't know.
Доджим еще парочку тренеров.
Yeah, our attack is just absurd right now. So bye. She's a spinner, so that was irresponsible.
Hey, she's a spinner in Crystal too.
Hey, you successfully passed her twice. Not so much the third time.
Yeah, no.
So actually, the only other thing that can spawn here, so I caught a Rattata way earlier. I caught Spearow and Nidoran female, Nidoran male here. The only other thing I can catch here is Krabby, and Krabby's actually not ideal to catch. Just because the amount of levels
Ловим еще одного Нидорана. В этот раз точно мальчика.
And all of these Pokemon evolve after one level, so leaving here without Krabby is fine, especially since I got the Abra earlier. That sort of like makes up for it.
What about Chansey?
И очередное сражение против команды Ракета.
Hooray.
Shoutouts to Ice Mommy.
Let's go, Ice Mommy.
Yeah, so this is like a new scene. I don't know if they were just like, there's no storyline here, so we need to add one. But here's everyone.
When I think of Lorelai, my head turns all around. As gentle as a butterfly, she moves without a sound. I call her on the telephone. She says be here by 8. Tonight's the night she's moving in, and I can hardly wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, she also picks off like 3 of them while you only take out 1, so you're kind of useless actually.
Ведь Кейт очень довольно опасный покемон, он имеет очень высокую скорость. Вот, и его обычные атаки, они очень сильные.
They're like, oh, she's Elite Four, like, we better run.
Yeah, it's like, okay. Do you see the level 60 Lapras that just destroyed all of you?
John Cena beefing up. I have so much attack right now.
Yeah, you're like actually pretty over leveled too.
Нидоран эволюционирует.
This is good. So actually, like, experience and like leveling in general before we allowed 2 controllers was a little rough to navigate.
И это теперь Нидорина.
Level thresholds we want to hit because it makes certain fights easier, and like for example, Eevee learns. You know, I was gonna say 28, but you know, okay. So Eevee learns Double Edge at 28, so you know that's gonna be super handy for us.
Yeah, Double Edge is sort of.
И мы узнаем, что это женщина, это девушка. Это одна из элитной четверки, и нам предстоит с ней драться в самом конце игры.
When we do get it, but it's going to be really useful for us, especially for one. There's one fight in particular that's going to be super useful for us.
Теперь нам предстоит пройти по темному тоннелю.
However, will I see?
Oh, look, it's
really. I don't need another one, guys.
$500 for a second.
No. Keys, no.
We have 27 $500 donations. Catch that on it.
И теперь в этой пещере, в этом тоннеле было бы неплохо взять где-то примерно 28-й левел. Это нужно для следующего босса. На 28-м левеле Eevee учит очень прикольную обилку, довольно мощную. И также в этом тоннеле нужно поймать, я не помню, как зовут, каменного покемона, на который мы будем путешествовать. Используем Moonstone на Нидарине, и Нидарина становится Нидаквин.
We're all such nerds. Nerdy kid.
Are you guys even still correct?
I don't.
They're off now.
I don't trust this anymore.
Here, I'll save the game. We'll level set everyone yet again. I'll save. We can check after she tries to learn Body Slam.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate in these games. A lot of the time, the level up moves will just not be on a specific level.
Ну, Псидак, он эволюционирует потом Сидака. Вот, и тот довольно-таки неплох. Да.
Which is a bit weird, but it's good if you're playing casually for sure.
We're at 28, guys.
Yeah, all two of you that said it right. Congratulations.
Oh, I heard Cubone just spawned.
There's a Cubone, yeah. I'm actually a little bit low on raspberries, which is kind of scary.
You're pretty high on catches, though. So.
Yeah. There's a few things here that you typically want to catch that can be kind of tricky. Like, this is the one area where experience is nice. Like Keys said, we want to hit 28 somewhere in Rocket Hideout, but really we're using the two controllers here more so for the catch rate. Like, some of these things, you could get here on a run with, like, back in one controller days, you could get here on a run with like maybe 2 or 3 breakouts, and then you'd leave with like 36.
Yeah. And every breakout is like 7 or 8 seconds too, so that adds up really fast.
Yeah.
Капец, теперь Зубат у нас в пати, так же как и Гравели. Напоминаю, что чтобы попасть на плато, вам нужно иметь 50 покемонов. То есть не 50 покемонов, а знания о 50 покемонах.
It actually would have been useful for me to catch those first and then the Graveler that has a lot of experience, but I didn't see them, so.
Поэтому отлавливаются новые и отправляются потом в запас, после того, как получают первую эволюцию. Спироу эволюционирует Фироу. Всех покемонов собрать довольно сложно, потому что это супер много времени. А если собирать еще и шайни покемонов, так это...
Going into my menu a lot and depositing stuff as I'm going through Rock Tunnel here. My general rule of thumb is once I have 2 things to deposit, I'll make a special menu. We want to try to combine menus as much as possible. So like I healed earlier and then deposited. So yeah, I typically want to combine the menus. I go out of my way to deposit 2 things just because if they keep leveling up, like it's 2 or 3 seconds per level up, and then if it learns a move at the same time, it's even longer.
Берем уже преэволюционированных покемонов. Оставляем только одного Зубата. Кьюбон нам пригодится для башни призраков, потому что Кьюбон не боится призраков. Если я не ошибаюсь, в аниме про покемонов там Эш тоже брал Кьюбона, если я не ошибаюсь. Или он менялся с кем-то, чтобы у него был Кьюбон. Ну, не помню, честно, это было очень давно, когда я смотрел покемонов. И Зубат эволюционирует в Голбота. Меня вот пугает больше Голбот. Зубат — это как вот обычная летучая мышь. и все окей. А Голбан, он какой-то страшный. У него такой, у него такая, я не знаю, такой огромный рот, это ужас,
There
ужас.
actually isn't a whole ton of space before we get Rapidash where we're actually going to be on a ride Pokemon. So if we don't get Rhyhorn, it's not a huge deal, but it's nice if it shows up.
So there's Cubone
Матчуп.
for this Machop. Now's probably a decent time if you want to do a couple more donations.
Certainly. We have $25 from Manticore149. Why do all these rocket grunts use Raticates? Because they want to eradicate their enemies. Donation goes to Ocarina of Time incentive, which has just passed 100,000 of the 300,000.
Nice.
And $30 from Ride That Onyx. That donation tracker needs to move faster, like Onyx. Thanks for motivating me to be a better gamer.
Onyx does not go fast.
Not with that attitude.
I don't know if we mentioned as well, when we're catching the Pokemon, you'll notice that little circle. If the ball's
Следующий
inside
обязательный
it,
файт.
that's how you get like the excellent throws and whatnot. But you also notice it has a certain color. The
И это у нас
closer to red
Кангасхан.
that color is, the harder it is to catch. So
Аналог
yellow Pokemon
кенгуру.
are harder to catch than green, and
У
then
нас.
red's harder to catch than yellow. So a lot of
Ну,
the time
конечно,
when you
на
use the
кенгуру они не
berries,
особо
they'll become easier to
похожи,
catch, and you can
но
notice by the
у них
color
также есть
changing.
сумка.
It's not working.
Yeah, I only have one raspberry left, and I wanted to, if I do see a Rhyhorn, I want to use it on Rhyhorn.
Покемоны,
instead
кстати,
of
довольно, я бы
Bats,
сказал,
because Rhyhorn would be a little bit
жестокая
more
игра. Вот, представьте, мама с
This is,
маленьким
the other fight where being
покемончиком,
matters. He has bite,
и
and bite
мы их
flinches, like,
сжигаем.
I think it's like 96%.
То есть,
something
типа,
stupid.
огонь-то, он как бы не
30%.
только
I just got
на
unlucky
маму
there.
и подействует, он же
Alright,
еще и на дитё подействует. Так что осуждаю, короче, покемонов.
Oh, just
It can
Dragonite
just,
does
it can
not.
just cuddle.
Okay, there we go. Oh, it's blocked by Etiquette's fat head.
Wow.
I mean, I love you, buddy.
Yeah.
Poor medic.
Aren't you the one with the big head here?
I mean,
Yeah, you're the one sinking us in on the couch with all the ego weight.
you're not wrong.
Surprised you're not humming those anime songs.
I-
for watching me.
I'm trying so hard not to.
И вот, наконец-то подъехал
Level
наш
will
транспорт.
sneak past the
Это
hiker there.
Райхорн.
Ooh, and a Rhyhorn hiding in the corner. Perfect.
So I've run this game since it came out, and like last month I saw somebody do that. I'm like, you can go behind him?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I just kind of always go around him on the left because I'm so in the habit of having Rhyhorn already that
Yeah.
So yeah, this is probably the best thing he could have found here. It really does speed up the overworld movement. So it'll be in this party for pretty much the whole run.
Yeah, so in very early versions of the route, before we really realized how valuable lures were, this is like the one area we used lures just to get more spawns to try to get Rhyhorn.
Yeah.
Плюс маунт.
So
Отлично.
yeah, that immediately goes in the party and is going to be used right away.
Like, you guys are gonna see how fast it is now.
Ну вот, кстати, да,
It's not like
упоминают,
lightning
что
speed,
здесь
but
нет
it's pretty fast. There's no
велосипеда,
bike in the game,
поэтому
so get away from me. Get away from me.
можно использовать
I'm pretty
транспорт
sure there's nothing
таких
else
как
he needs to
Оникс
catch
или
here. Charmander
Райнхорд
can
или
appear, but it's one of
Рапидаш.
those, like 1% Pokemon that's very rare.
$100 if he catches Kangaskhan.
If I see one, because you can ride Kangaskhan as well. That'd be a good meme.
Поджигаем Матчопа.
So this is actually a perfect example of the Eevee moves. So we use Sizzly Slide here to burn the Machop, so Brick Break does less damage. And then the next Pokemon is a
И следующий
Rhyhorn that we're
это
gonna use Bouncy
Райнхорн.
Bubble on to heal off the damage.
Так как он каменный, против него, напоминаю, эффективна вода.
Again, it's one of those fights that
И это
made
изи-пизи.
almost perfectly for Eevee.
Meanwhile, Pikachu cries.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the one controller version of the Pikachu route, you'd like take out the Machop with like 2 Zippy Zaps and then double kick the Rhyhorn, die, switch to Gloom, Mega Drain it, and even then it was like some Glooms wouldn't outspeed the Rhyhorn, so you could potentially die to the Rhyhorn too. It was just awful.
Yeah, Pikachu just does not have the answer to
Это
rock
довольно опасный файт.
I might be slower
Потому
than
что мы
Vulpix
деремся
too, so
сперва
this is
против
this is kind of a
Вульпикса.
dangerous fight. Vulpix leads and has Flamethrower, which can burn.
И он
And
довольно
because I'm
быстрый.
minus speed, it might outspeed me. It depends on if I got any speed AVs or not. If I got like I think 2 speed AVs, then I should be fine. But the more dangerous part is the Kadabra that we're going to
И
face
после
after the
Вульпикса
Vulpix.
мы деремся
So
против
hopefully I
Кадабры.
outspeed. I did. Nice.
А Кадабра со своими психическими атаками она ваншотает, ну, чуть ли не все живое. Ну, все окей, изи-пизи.
And we did it.
Hooray!
It's basically like she adds 24 hit points to her Pokemon. It's actually a ton of HP.
Yeah, every Eevee is just a flat stat increase regardless of your level, so...
Yeah. So if you notice, you know, they might only have like 60 hit points normally, but then you add that 30 more, or 24 more. It's almost doubling.
All right, we're good.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta wait. Hello, Onyx.
Еще один обязательный файт.
Goodbye, Onyx.
Yeah, opts not to use the lure, because really no point. Doesn't need to catch anything else, and the exit's right there.
Yeah, another thing that it's pretty commonplace in Pokemon games, especially this, well, Pokemon speedruns, that we sort of forgot to mention. I'm talking
Довольно
to as many
легкий
trainers as I
противник.
can, because you walk in front of them, there's
Используем
like a little animation.
X Special
and
Attack
if you
на
are
баф
away from them, they're gonna walk toward you
Special
and that
Attack
kind of
и
stuff.
используем воду против Мяута.
Because of the way that, like, the
Кошки
trainer
ведь все не
vision
любят
works,
воду,
where it's
правильно?
super narrow,
Вот, так что
every
изи-пизи.
trainer in the game, outside of the one in Misty's gym, can be talked
Второй
to.
это у нас Вульпикс.
Fun little fact, like, you
Он
don't
также
actually have to
слаб
walk in
против
front of any
воды.
trainer. I will be walking in front of one just because it's kind of a cool strat that I'm trying to work on. But yeah, just wanted to mention that.
The
And
strat for this fight is actually a more recent development. It's not super new anymore, but I think it was Snorms that had the idea to just use Bouncy Bubble here just to top ourselves off instead of doing an extra menu to heal before the next rival fight.
yeah, like the next fight we're doing is another one of those rival fights where we got a guard spec set up and all that stuff. So being able to go into that full health
И
without
вот мы
menuing is
добрались
really
до той
cool.
самой
Yeah, you're
призрачной
always gonna
башни.
get fake out, or I think
И
always
встречаем
always
здесь
gonna get fake out from the Meowth anyway,
Кибона
so,
и Дио,
have
конечно
to
же.
do something on
Куда
that
же без
turn,
него?
and setting up is one thing you can do.
Yeah, it's the same idea with the Kangaskhan fight that we did. We used the next attack turn one because he almost always uses fake out. And then we got unlucky because we were outsped by him and he flinched us twice, but
Здесь обитают
normally that fight is
покемоны-призраки.
Yeah, so this will be another example of our rival leading a Pidgeotto with sand attack, so gonna be setting up one of those guard specials here. It's really annoying if you get hit by sand because it just immediately drops your accuracy. I think it's to 66%, so it can be really annoying if you get hit by any of them.
И Дио предлагает нам снова против
You know, I never
против
put
него
two and two
подраться.
together. Guard spec, guard special. Never thought about that.
really?
Yeah, I never thought about
Используем
that.
предмет, который защищает
It's funny, a
нас
lot of the
от
items still have the
потери
same names
статов.
from the earlier gens, but a lot of the time they
Используем
had to
усиление
shorten
атаки
words in the earlier gens due to
дважды.
character limitations, so
Hello for alligator.
yeah, exactly.
Forever no E.
Используем усиление скорости
And then now we have
и
Fletch
хиляемся.
Hitter that's just really long.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna heal. I have an extra turn that I can use because the guard spec is 5 turns and I only have 4 turns to set up. And a crit would have killed me there, or at least come real
Теперь одна
close.
атака, и Пиджот повержен.
Yeah, playing a little bit safe there, but now he's pretty much fully set up and full HP.
Следующее сражение это против
So
Райчу.
our next fight is a metronome fight. So
Но
we got to
так
see some
как у
metronome
нас
shenanigans.
проюзаны абсолютно все бафы их скорости и к атаке, то это очень легко. Иви ходит первый и с легкостью побеждает Райчу.
Bad things that can happen. I got metronome guillotine yesterday. Luckily it
It
missed.
missed, though, yeah, it was
Используем огненную атаку.
Also, if you're used
И
to
в
the
итоге
earlier games,
Глум
like the
также
earlier versions of the Gen 1 games, you
easy
might be
peasy
wondering
повержен.
why we're in tower right now. There's actually an extra little story that they added in Let's Go, kind of tied to
Ну, они,
like the Cubone
они
sub-story
как
with
бы
the Marowak.
не погибают,
So you actually have to come
они
here
в
first, realize that the
нокдауне,
ghosts are
то есть
here,
они
you can't
живые.
identify them,
Если
so
вы
then you have to
покемонов
leave,
приносите
go
в
follow the
покемон-центр,
Cubone with
то
Team Rocket, go to game corner,
их
then come back.
лечат, и они снова
Yeah, this
могут
definitely
сражаться.
confused me on my first playthrough because I was like, you know, just so used to Gen 1 where it's like, all right, just bypass Lavender Town, go
You
over
mean we
to the
can't
game
glitch and
corner.
use the Pokédoll?
Can't.
И здесь встречаем призрака.
Is there even a Pokédoll in this game? Like, it wouldn't be.
I don't
You can
think
just
so.
run
I
away
don't
from
think
anything.
so, yeah.
The ghost looks so miserable too.
Ну вот Кубон, кстати,
Just wants you to
особо
be
не
its
боится
friend.
Yeah.
призраков.
Ask in chat
Actually,
for
it
the
says
ghost.
get out, be gone. Never mind.
It's misunderstood.
It's not a phase, mom.
Лечим Джонасину, используем веревку
We're gonna do
и избегаем из
a little bit
подземелья.
of menuing here. I'm gonna heal and escape
Сюда мы еще вернемся чуточку попозже. Здесь находится один из значков, так что это обязательное место, но попозже.
It's always surprising me you only need 2 escape ropes for this run.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of places like in Generation 1 and 2 that you need to escape out of, but in this game, we escape rope out of the tower that we just did.
Веревки нет, веревки не лечат, веревки дают возможность бежать из подземелья. То есть сперва похилились поушенами, а потом использовали веревку, чтобы сбежать из подземелья. Сражаемся против красотки. Как вам?
Blizzard Freeze. I like your style.
Клиффейри.
Explosion would be good.
Not even creative.
I want like toxic turn 1.
Ну, она довольно простая. 2 атаки головой и все. Изи-пизи.
Sure eliminated that flinch stat.
Yeah.
The opposite of toxic.
You got rid of your bad luck on this yesterday.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, seeing Guillotine yesterday was hilarious because he was actually in the level range.
Здесь можно отыскать огненный камень. То есть, если вы хотите вдруг эволюционировать своего Ульпикса в Девятихвоста, то, пожалуйста. Но Райнер этого не хочет. В принципе, он поймал уже довольно большое количество покемонов, так что ему осталось где-то штук 20, может быть, еще.
The Giovanni fight has a Persian, and when you one-shot the Persian with double edge, it deals 36 damage to you. It's like crazy.
Another
Abra.
Later.
Отправляемся в центр.
Rude.
So that's what I was talking about earlier, the despawning if you run in front of it.
Yeah. This is a really cool strat that he's going to do. So later on, the Pokemon that he's going to be running is a Starmie.
И покупаем новую, скажем так, природу для покемона. И также учим новые атаки для Eevee. За место огненной.
Glitzy Glow.
This is a Psychic plus Late Screen in the same move. That's pretty good.
Носорог, по-моему, Райнхорд, если я не ошибаюсь.
Yeah, imagine.
One kind of awkward thing with doing runs of this game too is the synchronized NPC. Her bonus ends at the end.
Видим здесь подозрительного человека, который стоит, который одет, точнее, в одежду команды Ракета. И у него снова еще одна ратата. Я не знаю, почему у команды Ракеты одни крысы. Вот. Кто знает, кто знает. Eevee зовут Джон Сина.
Speaking of timid as well, another runner, Garfield the Lightning, actually pioneered a strat kind of near the end of the one controller days.
Этот человек стоял здесь не просто так. Оказывается, за постером есть секретная кнопка. И теперь открылся секретный проход. И это, оказывается, секретная база команды Ракета. Вот так вот. То есть они прикидывались обычным магазинчиком, а под магазинчиком у них база. Вот. Сейчас сюжет. Можно, кстати, переодеваться. Да, одеваемся как член команды Ракета. Все. Теперь мы тоже из команды Ракета.
Yeah, this just lets you bypass all the Team Rocket trainers, which is really good because a lot of the fights are pretty slow here. Wait. Oh, you missed the hat.
Oh, I forgot the hat.
гипном.
Not actually a strat.
Yeah.
И не только мы одеты, кстати, еще
But
и
hey, we look
Иви
cool now,
одет
right?
как
We do look cool. I actually kind of want to put on the hat. I meant to like skip the bag.
один из команды
I
Ракета.
accidentally skipped the hat instead.
I also like how the Eevee can have customized outfits, so you can, you know, fight in
Ouch.
style.
Yeah, I'm gonna heal. I should have healed while I was in that menu, but I was too busy.
Too busy trolling. Jeez.
Ну, по-моему, Эш стал чемпионом, но оказалось, что же есть и не только там один кубок, а есть еще же и другие. Вот. То есть сперва они сражались на плато Индиго, потом они оказались на Оранжевых островах, а потом они оказались еще где-то, так что...
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, the
You guys
hat.
are right.
$500.
Здесь нас ожидает небольшая головоломка.
Wait, yeah, let me put... Nope.
Oh,
There we go.
there we go. You did it.
Now you're really styling.
Yeah.
Нужно кататься по стрелочкам.
I always forget we get the sailor outfit too.
So this is kind of nice. It happened in the remakes of Gen 1 as well, but Gen 1 had really slow movement pads.
Yeah.
Whereas like this, it's a lot more reasonable.
Yeah, the movement pads are so slow in Gen 1. To avoid using just like 2 of them, you energy Ivani's gym, make 2 trainers walk to you, and then walk all the way out of the gym and go back in.
Гратататус, блин, бьет-то больно, на самом
I think
деле.
it's like 1/4 the speed of normal walking in that gen.
It's so awful.
But in this, it's
Но
pretty much the same
здоровье
speed.
выше, чем 20, поэтому это окей.
Alright, he has sucker punch, so that could have hurt.
Вольтор
And then
убить не
Voltorb,
сможет,
the worst
остается
thing to do
ровно
is
4
Sonic
хп.
Boom, which
То есть
is,
нужно иметь примерно
always
21
spike
HP, чтобы выжить.
It always
Every
does
time.
20 damage. So
Хиляемся.
we are fine.
Something that's kind of interesting about the Pikachu is because it gets the basically electric type extreme speed.
И
It's
впереди
+2
ожидает еще
priority,
одна
which means it goes
головоломка.
before even sucker punch, so you don't have to worry about that in a lot of these fights. So that would be one of the fights you would use it in.
Но перед этим еще один член команды Ракета.
Go here and fight this guy. We need to get the lift key, and this guy is hiding it from us, so...
И здесь мы встречаем грязевого покемона.
I always forget there's actual storyline here.
Yeah.
Граймера.
This guy is such a poor sport too.
Oh yeah.
I hate this fight.
At least he's not just an idiot like in Gen 1 when he just drops it.
Oops.
Oh no, I've dropped the lift key.
Captain Crunch's oops all keys.
Alright, so we were able to pretty easily two-shot the Grimer. Grimer has a couple of really trolly moves. It can disable our Glitzy Glow, so we have to use another move. It has Harden, which doesn't matter because Glitzy Glow is special, and it also has Minimize, which is just really unfortunate. And it can also attack. But that's actually one of the fights where it's nice to have Glitzy Glow because
Нам нужно
we set up
найти
light
ключи
screen
от
so much
лифта,
special, so it does a little bit
который
less
приведет
damage than
нас
it
к
normally would.
боссу
It's going to be really useful for us on
команды
actually the
Ракета.
next 2 fights as well.
И чтобы добраться до ключей от лифта, ну или карточки от лифта, вот мы сажаем Иви в вентиляцию.
There's like a desk right there. You
There's a desk, there's a bunch of boxes. No, we're going to stand on the chair that's going to roll away from us as we're going.
И
I
бегаем
like how this
теперь
guy
за
just
Иви.
stands here and watches us do this too. It's almost like, here, let me hold that chair for you.
Yeah.
It's like, why isn't he trying to stop us?
Like the first time I played the game, I saw the chair and that was my first thought. I'm
Кстати,
like, no,
у
they
Иви
wouldn't
очень
put,
знакомый
like,
голос.
Children
standing
are
on
playing
this.
this.
Вот,
Yeah, children
да.
are playing this. Don't stand on chairs, but
Такую озвучку я уже
you try to pick up
где-то
the boxes
слышал,
and it
и
just
не
says
в
they're too
покемонах.
heavy. So apparently being weak
Где же это могло быть?
like better than dying? I don't know.
Yes,
Gotta
for
get
kids
that
at
lift
home, if
key.
you're trying to reach the cookie jar on the kitchen counter, just grab the office chair from your parents' office.
Поднимаемся обратно,
Make sure it's one of the ones that
поднимаем
leans back
конфетку,
too, you know?
который, как
Make
я
sure you're not on
напоминаю,
carpet
бафает
either. Make sure you're on,
левел.
like, hardwood,
Yeah,
where it's really
hardwood's
gonna-
И
it's really
возвращаемся
gonna roll around.
обратно
Like
до
1 foot.
лифта.
You don't need that.
Alright.
We should mention, don't do any of that.
Головоломка.
It's like a WWE thing. Don't try this at home.
Yeah. I mean, we are John Cena, got the chair.
Do, 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 do.
Добавляем
This is so much
Виглипуфа
nicer than
в
Gen
патию.
Oh, goodness.
Before I forget, I'm going to do a little bit of menuing here. So we're about to fight Jesse and James again for the second time. First time was back in Mount Moon, so it's been a little bit of a while. If you remember, they had a Ekans and a Coughing. So they have since evolved into some pretty scary Pokemon. Wigglytuff is going to get its time to shine here.
Let's go big box.
Да, да, я где-то на 3-4 секунды вперед.
The hungriest box.
Yeah, he's actually, this fight was actually pretty inconsistent before we decided to use Jigglypuff or Wigglytuff in it, so.
There's a Japanese runner that found this strat too, and
yeah.
I can't for the life of me remember the username, but
Yeah, shoutouts to the Japanese community. They have a lot of runners.
И нам предстоит еще одно сражение с Джесси Джеймсом, но их покемоны также эволюционировали. Теперь вместо Кофинга Уизинг, а вместо Эбрика Аброк, Арбок, точнее. Используем за Виглитафа баф к спешл-атаке Eevee. Eevee использует электрическую атаку и парализует Арбока.
It served its purpose. Thanks, hungriest box.
Yeah, so Wigglytuff is poison type. Sorry, fairy type, which means it's weak to poison, so they target it instead of you.
Рейнхорн бафает Eevee еще на спешл-атаку, и огненная атака Eevee становится еще мощнее, и убиваем Арбока. Получаем новый скилл, который супер-мега сильный. Ну, по сравнению с тем, что было, конечно же, имею в виду. И плюс еще, так как это спидран, то раннер не забегает в покемон-центре, а здесь количество атак ограничено. Вот, допустим, удар головой, у него, допустим, 25 зарядов. То есть можно использовать всего 25 раз, после чего нужно бежать в покемон-центр, чтобы отхилить покемона, чтобы у покемона появились снова атаки. А здесь он в покемон-центре не бегает, и тем самым атаки у него не восполняются. То есть, и как раз атака головой, которую полностью потратили, мы заменили на двойной порез.
One of the Rocket admins from actually Heart Gold Soul Silver. So this is not a fight that was in the original games. And this is Archer, the Team Rocket admin. He is a nice blue-haired gentleman, let me tell you.
Теперь мы деремся против администратора местного. У него также визинг. Здесь есть... Здесь используется страта через дополнительного тренера.
It uses Dark Pulse on the Rhyhorn, which is nice because the Rhyhorn, it's not going to use a poison type move against the Rhyhorn, where it would like have the potential to status the Rhyhorn. And you'll see there, I was actually slower
И второй покемон это Голбот.
Weezing, which is one of the downsides to having minus speed. And then here we're going to use Buzzy Buzz, and hopefully we won't get Air Slash. All right, cool.
Air Slash can flinch, which is obviously the worst thing that can happen.
Так как наш покемон имеет природу Nature, то у него баф, ой, в смысле, имеет природу Brave, то у него в приоритете обычные физикал атаки. И обычно, если у вас здесь покемон имеет приоритет к спешл атаке, то погибает после первого каста. А здесь он еще пережил лишнюю атаку. Эша нет, мы вместо Эша. То есть, по сути, эта девочка и есть Эш.
Fun little side fact as well, and very, very early kind of theory crafting for the route. There was a couple people that messed around with, there's a trade you can do in Lavender Town for an Alolan Doug trio, because we were like, oh, it's a ground type, you can get...
И следующий наш противник — это босс команды Ракета Джованни. И его знаменитый кот Персиан.
he's messing around with a Alolan Doug trio. He's actually done some pretty crazy runs. He got like a 3:14, so the record in this game is like a 3:06.
Девочка. Ну, такие как бы времена, да. 2019, поэтому Эш может быть мальчиком, Эш может быть девочкой, как угодно, как угодно.
Yeah, it's kind of the cool thing with this game, since the wild Pokemon are generally a lot higher level than they are in other Pokemon games. There's been a lot of like kind of for fun routes just with other Pokemon that people have done. I routed Jinx at one point and never actually ran it, but it's been done.
Yeah, so this fight, you'll notice I used Graveler instead of Eevee. The Eevee, no, I don't want to bring out. The Eevee is too slow to outspeed the
Используем против каменного Райнхорна воду и изи победа. Такой Эш это Сатоши. Ну, да, да. 29-й левел Eevee. Отлично.
Completely take care of the Persian, and then we bring out the Eevee, or John Cena, sorry. Bring out John Cena to finish off the Rhyhorn.
Yeah, it's one of the cool things about this game is because you're actually forced to catch so many Pokemon, you can come up with like these really interesting strats for all the fights. So that being one example.
Yeah, this was the last fight in Pikachu and the one controller route too that you'd keep Gloom for, so you'd have to keep it all the way up until this point.
Yeah, that's really annoying because you get so many levels.
Со скатами будем плавать. Будет водяной левел немножко. Но там будет не скат, там будет доска. Для серфинга. Вот. Все. И на этом мы уходим с базы команды Ракета. Ну да, это и не магазин, это починка. Типа казино, именно так. Получаем новую штуку, a.k.a. телепортация бесплатная. Мы в любое место, где уже побывали, можем телепортироваться. Благодаря новой секретной технике под названием Skydash.
And then there's in a couple fights, there's a fight called Ted that was also a really dangerous fight. But now with two controllers, they're pretty trivial. So I'm gonna do some more party swaps here.
Используем люры, их достаточно, и перемещаемся обратно в башню покемонов.
Yeah, this game actually has a lot going for it as far as if you're looking to get into Pokemon speedrunning, and this is being a good option as your first one. I mean, there's very little risk of dying in a lot of instances, especially with two controllers. It's fun to catch the Pokemon. It's a nice little fun exercise thing you get to do. And it's on the Switch, so it's a lot easier to capture gameplay for than, you know, the DS games or whatever.
All right, so now we're back to Lavender Tower. And we're just going to be going up the tower. There's a couple of mandatory fights, and then I'm going to be trying to get a Ghastly. There's actually some pretty cool movement on the second floor that I hope I get. And I hope the spinner cooperates in a way that makes it look cooler than it actually is.
Здесь желательно было бы поймать призрачного покемона. Гасли был бы неплох.
So hopefully we get to see that in the next floor. There's a Ghastly, but I'm not going to Cubone.
Of course, the event pops up. That's very rare.
All right, here we go. He looked the other way, or she did. But yeah, so she can look to the left too, and it looks like really dangerous, but it's really not. But now might be a good time for a couple donations.
Sounds good to me. We have $46 from Pigtha says, trying to get the Pokedex number train restarted. Let's go Paris.
Let's go Paris.
В аниме Эш договорился с Хонтером, чтобы тот победил Алаказама. Вот. Хонтер постоянно облизывал всех.
Is actually Arceus 404. That's definitely Gengar for Gen 1.
How about you, Oro?
Haunter is probably mine, but Kabutops
А вот и
is
Гасли.
close seconds, which is kind of funny
Отлично.
since they're the two mains that we've gone back and forth between for
You
speedruns.
every freaking time, Etiquette. Come on.
8 укладывается, да?
Oh, this
Да.
is come on.
Вполне. Он пробежит где-то, ну, 3.20 максимум.
There's a clip of the
Укладывается,
current
конечно.
world record in this game where
And we made fun of it on the sprint.
you did, and I should have hit. There's 2 spinners there. I should have hit 3 of them. Like, it was insane.
That's funny. Anyway, Keys, what's your favorite Pokemon?
Oh, I really like Bulbasaur.
В покемонах, потому что, в принципе, погибнуть невозможно. Ну, можно, конечно, да. Вот, но не в этих. Не в этих.
Yeah, actually, no, this is my favorite general Pokemon, to be honest.
Keys, do you actually want to try a Bulbasaur cry?
Is that Mega Pikachu?
No, what is Bulbasaur's cry?
Еще один обязательный файт.
It's your favorite. I mean, you should know.
I'm a Bulbasaur.
Yeah, exactly.
И
Okay,
также
you know,
Хонтер.
Okay.
It's always weird they have different cries in like the anime and then the games. I always found that kind of weird.
And then you have the little squeaky noise they make in Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
I liked Detective Pikachu.
It was a
so
good
good.
movie.
It was cute. Shout outs to Detective Pikachu.
Yeah. That's a game you'll never see in a GDQ. It's like 6 hours.
Подбираем
long.
ультрабол.
I mean, if Animorphs can make it.
Чем выше уровень покебола, тем
Animorphs is
проще
6 hours
поймать.
long.
Animorphs also didn't
Hey,
finish.
no, it can't be. It can be 6 hours. Believe me.
Допустим, если вы
Yeah,
ловите
that's
легендарных
You ever
покемонов,
try to get Tiger from the
то
Zelda
в первый
All
покебол
Morphs? Yeah.
легендарного покемона поймать,
this-
ну, крайне сложно.
This is probably one of
Просто
the best
пипец.
cutscenes in the game.
But
Можно,
Didn't
конечно,
donate for it,
Yeah.
so we have
если
to
ваши
skip it.
покемоны
Yeah.
достаточно толстые, чтобы
For those of
пережить.
you that know,
Но
press F in the
очень
chat.
сложно.
Yeah. It's a bit of a tearjerker.
Oh yeah, for sure. And they get the sad music too that you don't get to hear any of.
Not frame perfect. Man, boo this man. Boo.
I'm sorry.
Подбираем редкую конфетку,
Come on.
которую, напоминаю, уже раз в третий, что она позволяет нам up level. Это пригодится чуточку попозже, когда мы сменим Eevee.
I like how they just move this rare candy. In Gen 1, it just completely blocks your way. It's like, no, you're
Yeah.
gonna take that rare candy.
На самом деле,
I'm actually-
вот
yeah.
финальный покемон,
I'm gonna
с
say
которым мы
for this fight,
пройдем
it's
до
not a
конца
terribly
всю
dangerous
всю
fight,
игру,
but this is
он
a
не
really good
очень
opportunity for
очевиден.
me to check the number of Pokemon,
Вот.
because it's been quite a while since the crowd has reminded me how much we
И
have.
нам предстоит еще раз подраться
We
против
have some
Джесси и
games.
Джеймса.
37. All right, cool.
But yeah, in case you missed Jesse and James from like 3 minutes ago, here
Here
they
they
are
are.
again.
It's the exact same fight,
Yeah.
except
Они
they're,
бы хоть покемонов
way
бы
more
поймали
difficult,
новых.
and the Weezing has Dark Pulse, which is kind of dangerous for the Rhyhorn. If you have a minus special defense Rhyhorn, it does not do well.
Снова используем баф на
Also,
Special
shout out to
атаку.
our Wigglytuff.
Let's go hungry.
На
Fox.
Арбака используем паралич.
Starving box.
Ну или критическую атаку, который накладывает паралич, точнее.
What? He attacked me.
That's surprising.
Призываем
Oh, well, there you
Райнхарна,
go.
At least the Weezing
потому
attack
что
didn't.
он каменный покемон, против него не работают некоторые статусы,
Yeah,
допустим,
something
яд.
we haven't really
не
pointed
работает,
out,
его
you're catching
отравить
Pokemon
невозможно.
with AV, CP in the
Используем
top
еще
right,
одну
and that's just kind of
спешл
a
атаку
idea
на
of how
Eevee.
good the Pokemon is. We'll definitely check that for
И
the Starmie,
Eevee
but,
добивает
if you look at
Арбака.
it for like, for example, the Rhyhorn, if it has a really high number, then you know the Rhyhorn will likely have good special defense and can take the hits from these guys.
Yeah, it's a little weird because it's not actually a stat. It's kind of just this weird
Yeah.
Easy
approximation
peasy.
of what your stats look like.
It's kind of like an abbreviation of like your total stats. And
Yeah, so you notice I'm not opting to heal on that last turn. That's because this is the last fight where we're
Кстати,
using
кстати,
John Cena.
это последний файт
Yeah,
Джоном
That's in
Синой.
chat.
there's a new
Вот,
champ
поэтому
in town, John
если вы
Cena.
полюбили его, то придется с Джоном Синой попрощаться.
Ooh, hey.
Как я и говорил, примерно
John Cena is
50%
a
мы пробегаем с ним,
superstar.
а потом у нас появится новый
Alright, we
боевой
have 2
покемон.
open seats on the couch, if you guys want.
Так
Whoa,
что
whoa, whoa,
прощай,
whoa.
Джон Сина.
My head's not that big.
And we conveniently have
Получили,
two plushies.
кстати, флейту
Alright, medic, take it
покемонов,
away.
которая необходима, как вы, возможно, знаете, для того, чтобы разбудить Снорлекса,
Alright, so here we get the Poke-Flute, and this is where the game really opens up for
который
us.
загораживает
We get to
проход.
do a whole lot of plot stuff, and now we get to do a whole lot of not plot stuff.
Yeah. I also love this. He gives you the Poke Flute. Like, what's he possibly going to use this for? And just no warning, comes running to you later.
То есть на самом деле он как бы будет по-прежнему бегать около нас, куда индианец, вот, но участвовать в битвах Джон Сина больше не будет.
Yeah, way faster than going into the menu.
Yeah, like normally in order to fly, you have to go into that pet the Eevee menu.
Снорлок
You have to
смотрит,
ignore the
смотрит по
Eevee
покемонам.
and not pet it.
А кто
and
знает?
use
Кто
fly
знает?
from there.
Нет,
But that's just rude, so we just go ahead and
Снорксе
tell them that. We don't
кататься
even
мы
get
не
the Eevee's
будем.
hopes up.
Получаем чай от Брока.
You could actually skip this.
Я бы сейчас тоже
It's
от
not
чая
good for
не
you.
отказался.
You absolutely need
Oh
to do
yeah,
it.
if you go
But
like down.
if you're down low enough, you can actually completely skip this cutscene. Which, no, don't do that.
Yeah. Instead of getting like the fresh water in Gen 1 to get into Saffron, you have to get the
И вот,
dude from Brock there.
чтобы побудить Снорлокса, надо поиграть на покефлейте.
I still don't know where the T is in Firelight Green.
Yeah, it's like really inconvenient. You have to go in there and talk to some random old lady and she gives it to you.
And then you have like the spare like NPC Pokemon that can block your way too.
Yeah.
Also, shout outs now. Mr. Fuji's coming up. Wait, don't do that.
Yeah, we flew here, okay? we
like,
flew here.
He's like, I wonder if he's waking up that Snorlax. Oh, I need to hurry. Sprints all the way over here.
Like, not known fact.
Снорлокс нам особо не нужен, поэтому мы просто сбегаем из битвы.
Yeah. And you'll notice this is an actual battle. So all of the legendaries plus the Snorlaxes are actual wild battles. In order to catch them, you have to defeat them first. So that can actually be a thing if you want to catch the Mewtwo, for example. But now we're going to probably one of the places that, if you're on really good pace, you're really nervous for, because you can waste a lot of time here. Also, I'm going to do...
He's going to learn now to make sure they get higher level.
Снова берем пати Снорлокса, потому что, по сути, теперь мы поймаем нового ездового покемона, который будет супер-мега быстрый. И это будет Rapidash. Вот, так что в последний раз нам показывают Оникса. Берем Суперлюр и идем ловить Пониту. Вот такая вот Понита. Ми-ми-ми.
Yeah, strangely enough, those legendary encounters has a 5-minute time limit that doesn't account for you having animations on at all, and it ticks through the animations.
Oh, wow.
So if you're taking too long, if you're doing it casually, just turn animations off and you have like infinite time.
This is also kind of the point in the run where Etiquette's going to be running through all his Pokemon and kind of getting an idea of how many more he needs to catch.
Yeah, so I think I have 3 Pokemon more than I was originally planning, so I could just skip all the fossils and be good.
Yeah. So that's typical when you get good luck early on, because he got...
Я вот не знаю, сколько он поймал покемонов, если у него уже 50. Вот. Если сейчас у него 50 нет, то, по идее, ему нужно будет еще Додио поймать или Дудио. Вот.
And we actually need the Rapidash name.
I've got one for you. The winner is Canicule.
All right, you're gonna have to spell it for me.
I think that's how it's pronounced. It's capital C A.
Переименовываем Эпониту. На это был донат гол, апаем ее.
Ah, yes, of course. Whatever that means.
И Понита становится Рапидашем.
Luckily, we can actually just change the name of the Pokemon from the menu. It's like...
Oh, lucky you.
Ну, в покемонах это объяснялось тем, что огонь Пониты и Рапидаша, он не обжигает тебя, если она тебе доверяет. То есть обычный человек, если Понита, если ты Поните и не нравился, то покататься на ней ты не мог.
Rhyhorn is, you're going to see how fast Rapidash is and why it's like absolutely crucial for us to get during the run.
Yeah.
Вот. Теперь это супер быстрый покемон. Подбираем эликсир.
So we're going to grab a couple of extra items here. There's an elixir.
А вот и
candy at the bottom.
And there's
but
Как
not
его зовут?
That's
Додо?
I'm mad that I got this luck in the marathon.
Я помню
Where's this
его
luck at
вторую
home?
Yeah.
форму,
They're both, like,
но вот
not
первую,
rare,
честно
but
говоря, не
somewhat
помню,
rare,
как
and it can
зовут.
be really annoying getting both of them to appear, 'cause you need
Додо,
both, you
да.
can't just take one.
Окей.
Yeah, one of the things that didn't ever come up, but is kind of something that messes with us in the speedrun a little bit, is there's a mechanic in the game called like catch comboing and catch chaining. So there's a bunch of different things that once you get a catch combo of a certain number, like 31, 11, those are some of the key points, certain things start to happen. One of the things that can happen is the Pokemon that you catch are going to have better stats, shiny chance has improved, that kind of stuff. Another thing that happens is the Pokemon that you're on the catch combo of is more likely to
Еще
appear in
одна
the wild.
редкая конфетка.
And that catch combo counts at one catch. So if you have a catch combo of exactly one, that Pokemon is still more likely to appear than it would normally be. So if I caught that Ponyta very early on and then was sitting here looking for a Doduo, I'm just going to see a ton of Ponytas because the game hates me. But yeah, so that's getting through that is actually really good without any sort of delays. That usually doesn't happen.
Yeah, that went pretty well.
Yeah. Also, this is the loading screen I was talking
Теперь
about.
нам
It's like 7
необходимо
seconds long.
выучить
It's absurd.
возможность плавать,
You can also hear the
чтобы
music,
отправиться
so it's like,
дальше.
have you loaded the next area?
Yeah.
It's really weird.
And here's a cute little cutscene.
И
where we see
именно Иви,
checking
и
out
поэтому
the
прикольно,
future
что
cities.
Иви умеет абсолютно все. То есть
Yeah,
он и
this
деревья
run,
рубит,
it's kind of
он и
like a race to the
плавает,
future
и
in a
камни
way, because
ломает,
at this point
бедняга
you
Иви.
unlock surf, and surf unlocks pretty much the rest of the map. So
Да
it's
я
really
знаю,
nice to
знаю.
get here and just open up everything. You can travel anywhere you want now.
Aww.
It's at this point, too, that we're mostly wrapping up the 50 Pokemon as well. This is
Yeah.
kind of where we do the rest of the cleanup.
Reminder that Tauros is a bully.
Aww.
Aw. It's always the Tauros' fault.
Boo that thing.
What a good dog.
Boo.
Also, fun fact, the Pokemon in the water is the opposite of the fossil I got. So I purposely grabbed the Dome Fossil so you guys could see the Ammonite.
Wow, how,
Вот,
how
и, собственно, мы
kind of
учим новую
I
секретную
just
технику
thought of that now.
под названием Sea Skim.
You hit me,
И
right?
теперь Иви может кататься
So here
на
we're going to get the Sea Skim secret technique.
доске.
This is what replaces Surf. In the original games, we'd have to beat Koga in order to use it out of battle, but I mean, this game just likes us apparently, so
Also, the move doesn't make sense.
yeah.
There's a bit of a flavor fail here, too, because you can actually ride, I believe, Lapras and Gyarados. There might be others. But you can ride them in the water and just completely bypass this surfboard, but you still need to have Sea Skim to do it, so...
Not what I wanted to do.
Well done.
Используем Fast
Yes,
Travel.
now he's gonna fly back to
И
Pallet,
перемещаемся
and
в
we're gonna
Pallet Town.
get the Starmie coming up.
И теперь нам нужно
So
поймать
not yet, but we will need the Starmie
двух
pretty soon.
покемонов.
Yeah, pretty soon. He also has
Это
checked the CP
звездочку,
value on it. I think
это
it's the range
Starmie.
from about 1050 to 1150 on it.
И
950 to
это
1150.
Okay,
Um,
950 to
и
1150.
Тентакула.
1050 is average,
Вот.
so that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
I will take anything because
То есть
Starmie
не
is
Starmie, а
actually
Staryu, да.
fairly- All right,
Which one?
Okay.
I will.
Which one?
If this one's bad CP, I will go for the other one.
It's huge.
Yeah, he's gonna take the other one. Hopefully this one's a little bit better, but
Watch it be like 1028.
yeah, just like one less.
Yeah, like we were talking about before, the CP...
Oh
good.
wow, that's really good.
The
Okay.
CP isn't necessarily a guarantee that it's good, it just gives us a decent
И,
chance
собственно,
of
до
being
конца
good.
игры
You
мы
can
уже
still get a really high CP
будем
Staryu,
бегать
and then it has, like, max attack
только
and no
с
special attack,
Старми,
things like that.
I know
потому что
that feeling.
Старми это, во-первых, супер мощный покемон. У нее очень высокий показатель спешл атаки. И во-вторых, Старми это очень быстрый покемон. Мачоп апается. И теперь у нас это Мачоп.
Starmie, Doduo,
And Ninetales.
and Ninetales.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah,
you're clean.
we are officially done with our catches. So that's
Flap. Hooray.
that's a big moment, yeah.
Yeah, that was really good.
Собственно, переименовываем Старми. Старью пока
Why
еще,
not
да.
Zoidberg? It's Dr. Zoidberg.
All right.
That was an option.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
It sure was.
I assume normal capitalization
Доктор
like DR,
Зоидберг.
and then
Yeah, exactly.
all right.
The least
Апаем
names possible.
благодаря конфеткам, которые мы нашли Старми. Она эволюционирует.
Reminder that menuing is the truest form of speedrunning.
Yeah.
And this game forces you to use the analog stick for everything. Like you can't use
И
the
плюс
D-pad. Oh yeah, we
обилка
never really
новая.
talked about it. You're forced to use a single Joy-Con. Like I'm using it in the grip, like the puppy dog ears, just because it's a little bit easier to hold.
Он еще не взял пока камень воды. Да. То есть вот сейчас на одном из островов он здесь поднимет камень воды. Плюс учит мощную водную атаку.
So I just had a mini panic attack because we pick up a water stone on this route, just not yet.
Yeah,
so
get to it,
I was like, I didn't get the water stone. But we're good, we're good.
It's also nice when you're candying, you can get a little bit of an idea of the stats. So you can
Зачем переименовывание? Ну, просто, почему нет? Почему бы и нет?
Just like, he's not even swimming, he's just splashing on top of the water.
He's just chilling, man. He's got one move.
Yeah. Everything that spawns here under a lure is level 43, so it's a level 43 Pokemon that can just do nothing.
И вот тот самый покемон, победитель, доктор Зоидберг.
Struggle, yeah. Your Dr. Zoidberg evolved into Star. And I already taught Scald, so I'm good.
Yeah, so now it's kind of just the mansion, and then after that we get a nice little gym rush where you can go between all the gyms. You kind of want to put off the gym as long as you can, just because, like, now we have this very
Теперь
powerful
нам
Pokemon
нужен
way
ученый.
better than the
Я,
Eevee
кстати, не помню,
was,
для
and you
чего
can just
именно
use it to
ученый
destroy pretty much all the gyms.
требуется. А для этого нужно забежать в особняк покемонов.
Is a little bit different than the ones I would use on PB attempts. Normally, coughing evolved to wheezing.
Но я не помню, что именно он дает, вот честно, не помню. Избегаем излишних файтов.
Specifically, the second Moonstone, the fossil I didn't sell, and then I was also willing to go to Pewter City and get the other fossil, the Aerodactyl. So that was 4 extra Pokemon, so I was able to have Coughing and Tentacool as a bonus. And we didn't even need like all of our planned Pokemon. That's just how lucky we got with our bonuses. Also, this is the cool strat I was talking about. So if if the support trainer walks in front of the guy, he won't walk all the way to you. Like he's not going to walk through the trainer. But normally we would go over and talk to him, but we save a little bit of movement by like doing that kind of weird movement. Yes, orb.
Кибон использует на Старми усиление спешл-атаки, в то время как Старми использует супермощную водную атаку.
Okay.
You really are sounding like me.
Yeah. I'll just take the bed heal, it's fine.
Yeah, really scary fight there, but got through it.
Yeah, this was the,
И мы наблюдаем, кстати, Мука, то есть это иниграйвер, или как его называют, это его улучшенная форма.
We would set up with an X special defense, an X special attack,
Скалд?
hyper potion
Скалд
because
же,
we would
по-моему,
die the
водная,
next
нет?
turn, then use psychic. And all of those turns
Или
using Thunderbolt and all of
физик
those
использовали,
turns
да,
we can get
да,
paralyzed.
точно,
So it's
прошу
just a
прощения.
brutal fight
Ну,
without
блин.
two controllers. With two controllers, as you see, it's incredibly easy.
Да, да,
Normally what
действительно.
we do is we put Doduo in slot 2, and Doduo will die, but then we'll revive it the next turn because we want to evolve it. But that way, it takes the target off of Starmie.
Yeah. He'll always Thunderbolt the Doduo if he can.
Ну и Кибон эволюционирует в Марвака, а Гасли эволюционирует в Хонтера.
You know what would be cool?
Кубон стал мамой
Being
Кубона.
able to pet the Eevee again. I think everyone would agree. You know what else would be cool?
What's that?
If we have people donate towards not only petting the Eevee, but also including that towards the Ocarina of Time bonus game.
Absolutely.
So what better way to maximize the donations and the fun?
How are we looking on the Ocarina of Time donation right now?
We are sitting at a little
Подбираем
bit
огненный
under
камень.
109,000 out of 300,000.
Okay.
That's a lot of Eevee pets we can give.
I think we could get up to 200,000 this run.
I agree.
I think we can get 5 million Eevee pets.
Yeah, seems good.
What?
Здесь, кстати, можно использовать будет кровать, чтобы отоспаться, чтобы пополнить статы, атаки. Точнее.
He's quite literally backseat.
He's literally backseat.
Back couching, dude.
Неплохо отдохнули.
Could've made it.
Отлично.
I didn't
Идем
have any
дальше.
backseat at Limit Break, and I got 51 Pokemon. Come on, where were people then? Yeah, probably.
Smart.
I wish I was sleeping.
Находим еще одну редкую
The funny
конфету.
thing is, like,
Почему бы и
Anakin
нет?
got way more sleep than me, and it's his run.
Шайни.
We're so excited for GDQ, guys.
Это Шайни Ратикейт, guys. Шайни Ратикейт.
Oh, hey!
Вот так-то.
Wow, are you kidding me?
All right.
A shiny in the speed run.
Should I run away from it?
Yes.
Oh.
The shinies.
All right, raise your hand. Run away from it.
Wow, they do not want you running from it.
If like a quarter of the crowd said it, I would have. All right.
All right, so this means that someone in chat's gonna drop $2,000 because we're catching this. Yeah, Ocarina of Time. Yeah.
I think you mean 200,000.
200,000. Yeah. I can math.
If we don't reach
Они
200,000 by the end of the
повстречали,
month, we're releasing
скажем
it.
так, очень редкого покемона. Очень редкий покемон. И Доду эволюционирует в Додрио.
There, which is really good because that'll evolve it into Dodrio.
That was really hype.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Oh man.
Yeah, we probably should have mentioned at the beginning. Probably about like what 10% or so to see a shiny during these runs, so it's actually pretty likely.
It's reasonably likely, yeah.
Кстати, я вот и не знаю, интересно, а есть ли, скажем так, черный рынок торговли покемонами? Мне почему-то кажется, что, возможно, он должен быть. Ну, потому что не у всех же, скажем, есть желание там брать и выводить покемонов шайни, вот, там пытаться поймать, поэтому мне почему-то кажется, что, наверное, есть. Интересно, интересно. Понимаем максимальный эликсир. И секретный ключ. И используем веревку, чтобы сбежать.
We'll check in again like right before the Elite Four. All right, I'm gonna deposit some stuff. The Renegade didn't even
Есть
go to my
легальная
party.
продажа покемонов. А, окей.
In the bin where it belongs.
И здесь
Dude, I'm
есть
actually
еще один
shocked that
стадион.
Raticate's shiny isn't green. It
Собственно,
seems like every Gen 1 shiny is just green.
еще один значок.
Like the pukiest green ever.
Если я не ошибаюсь, четвертый, по-моему, да, только всего лишь.
Yeah, if you guys know the answer, shout it out.
Вот.
I love the redesign to this gym, by the way.
Ну,
This is
значки
great.
сейчас очень
I just
быстро
noticed the
собираться
statues
будут.
have his face on it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, everything about this gym is hilarious.
Like, this is literally me as a grandpa.
Keys, do the animation on the couch.
Oh yeah.
It's Magmar. Yeah. All right, how many badges? All right.
8. All right.
They're gonna yell the wrong answer once. It's gonna be terrifying.
The Eevee's faces are great here too.
All right, not very effective. Thank you. Tombstone hype.
What's that?
False.
What's that is also an
What's
acceptable
that
answer,
also
by the way.
works?
This one,
Oh boy.
the mustached old man. Doesn't matter which one you press.
И вот, собственно, лидер этого зала. Лидер Блейн. Я не помню такого в мультфильме, если честно.
The exact face he's making not being pet.
Yeah, but for
У него огненный
the low,
покемон,
low price of
Магмар,
$500 per pet,
левел
we can fix
47,
that.
ничего
It's a
себе.
crime against humanity that it's not getting pet
Используем
right now.
спешл атаку
Stop what we're doing anytime.
Oh wow.
и используем скалп.
That was very lucky.
That's
actually.
new.
Yeah.
Yeah, so usually Magmar goes for Confused Ray turn 1 and Flame 2, so you have to heal off the confusion, but we got really lucky, and we didn't get burned, which is
Next покемон это Арканайн, но так как он огненный, он тоже очень быстро бывает.
It's the Ninetales, but yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Рэпидаж.
Why does he have tic-tac-toe on the floor?
He's an old
И
man.
опять-таки
Don't
супер-мега-изи.
judge. He likes bingo.
It's like a
Спойлеров не
Japanese
будет,
game.
ну, кто знает,
All the circles
кто
are-
знает.
Oh, there you go.
И вот
Eliminated.
девятихвостый.
Can you
Девятихвостый.
imagine you get kicked out of the gym, you can never come back? It's like,
Но,
sorry, you missed the question.
к сожалению, тот также не имеет ни единого шанса.
Yeah, we didn't actually say it, but if you get one of those questions wrong, you have to fight a trainer. So that's why we got him.
Это было супер-мега-изи-пизи.
Also, we're super smart. That's why we got him right.
Also,
No,
we
we're
found
Получаем,
out
наконец-то,
third
четвертый
badge.
значок.
Smart.
Also, yeah,
Third badge,
this is the
finally.
third badge. We're about to get 4 and like 7 minutes.
Okay, I hope you like gym leader music, because you're gonna hear it a lot.
Also, this dialogue doesn't change. They assume you got this as the 7th cheerleader. So our rival is here, Dio. You guys remember him? And he's wow, you beat Blaine. Wow, you have
И
7 already?
следующий зал
Go to
должен
Guardian
быть
City. It's
вам
like, actually,
супер-мега
we have 3.
знаком,
Did you even
если
listen to what I
вы
said?
смотрели покемонов.
We have the
Это
seventh.
будет зал в Вермиллион-Сити, если я не ошибаюсь.
His pants are so ugly.
Yeah, so we're finally gonna go take care of Surge, and the requirement for Surge's gym is just basically getting into the gym, because we have to chop down to get in, and the requirement is chop down.
He's been waiting there this entire time.
Yeah, ever since he waved at us earlier.
He's like, any day now.
Can we talk about how dangerous flying is in this game? You just get on a bunch of balloons in a lawn chair.
Shout outs to balloons.
This guy's like, yeah, I'll teach a kid how to fly on a bunch of balloons. You just pop a couple. to get
Итак,
down.
здесь на пути к боссу вам нужно отыскать две урны,
Which one should I go for?
в которых есть кнопки, которые отключают электричество.
So we're gonna go for top middle.
It's either top, middle, or bottom left.
Первая кнопка,
I'll go for top middle.
Alright.
It's a longer way to get there.
That's usually how it works.
и
Alright,
вторая
give me another one, give me
кнопка.
another one.
Probably right below it.
Yeah,
below
yeah,
it?
go right
Alright.
below it. I
С
think
первой
it'll work
попытки,
fine.
изи-пизи.
Yo!
Ooh, let's
Wow.
go.
Ну и, собственно,
First try.
это тот самый
First
тренер
try, first
электрических
try.
покемонов,
Not at all scripted. Don't worry about it.
у которого был злополучный Райчу.
Yeah,
И бедняга
cans-
Пикачу
the cans are
страдал.
always in those two cans. It's, I don't know why.
Даже
Like,
успел
they
полежать
understood that a
в
randomized
больничке.
minigame before the trainer is crap.
Файт можно было
The
Street
cans
Fighter.
in Gen 1 are absolutely
Первый покемон
hilarious. It's like
это
50%
Вальторп.
top left.
Но
So
так
weird.
как мы
The cans in
пришли
Gen 1,
сюда
if you don't know
уже
how the cans in Gen 1 work, it's like only
более
there's
прокачанными,
15 total cans, only like 8 of them can
то
actually have the
у
first
противника
one in
просто
it,
нет
and
шансов,
then all of the
так
other
как он
ones can
25
either be like
левела,
one of the
25,
cans next
в
to
время
it,
как у нас
or
левел
the top left
47.
can. Doesn't matter which can it is, it can be the
Поэтому
top left.
супер
It
изи.
can also be
46,
the
прошу
first
прощения.
switch and second switch both in the top left.
Yep.
И последний это
It's
Райчу.
all- same
It's also
can.
different in green, and it's also different in yellow.
Yeah.
Gen 1.
Shout outs to Gen
Shout
1.
out,
Всё?
shout out to Gen 1.
Shouts
Это
to this
пятый
fight being
значок.
a 3-turn fight instead of like an 8-turn fight if we did it earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't really need Thunderbolt for anything early on, so normally that'd be the only reason you'd fight Surge.
Yeah, like even in Pikachu, like Thunderbolt stab, you might be saying, but like Pikachu learns Thunderbolt at level 21, which if you remember, I hit level 21 on the route after SSA.
Shout outs to the autograph as well.
По-моему,
It's so
Эрика,
big.
если я не ошибаюсь.
All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of menuing here. I need to heal, and I want to teach Thunderbolt as well. Thunderbolt sort of finishes out Starmie's moveset and makes it really, really versatile and has a ton of coverage. I only have 2
Учим
super
новую
potions,
обилку.
scary for the Archer fight. I'll
It'll
save.
be fine.
I'll save before.
Электрическая молния для доктора Зольдберга.
Oh, I have 4 because I got the max.
И снова
We already learned
используем
I can't count.
Well, you can't count to 18. that's for
шарики,
sure. Only 17.
чтобы
Yeah.
быстренько переместиться.
As high as I can go.
All right,
I'm
so now
so
we're gonna
glad
go
we
take
had
care of
the-
Erica.
Силдон
So glad we
Сити.
had the crowd for counting the 50 for us, because I wouldn't have been able to help.
Yeah. I was counting my fingers, I ran out, and then it was all bad from there.
My fingers hurt. I wonder why. Wash laundry responsibly, kids.
So Erica's gym requirement is kind of interesting. You need to show the trainer at the front of her gym a cute Pokemon, and as far as we can tell, everything counts.
Yeah, what's the cutest Pokemon I have, guys? Is it Starmie, Dodrio, or Rapidash?
Why not Zoidberg?
Onyx.
thought they said Oddish. I'm like, I can't even get Oddish in this game. Onyx.
Yeah, so like I've done like the Fossils, Slowpoke, Slowbro, Grimer, Muck, Coughing, Wheezing, like basically everything you can think of, and they're all adorable.
I think if you nickname it Keyzeron and then show it, that's the only
Здесь, если я не ошибаюсь, будет довольно опасное место, которое нужно проскипать. Или не здесь? Не помню.
This gym is actually like a really good example too of just how crazy blind trainers are.
Oh yeah.
We're dodging all of them. I'm pretty sure that's not intended.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure in this gym. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, you just kind of hug the wall, and you're never fully on the tile, so they don't hit you. Yeah, what's funny is that trainer there's an ace trainer, so again, they would have the super buffed Pokemon. It would be.
По идее, этот зал, он тоже должен быть довольно слабым. То есть он должен быть где-то в районе 30-го левела. То есть это тоже будет супер изи-пизи. Нет, осталось уже 3, а не 4. Уже 5 есть. И 5-й был электрический, это 6-й будет. Первый покемон — это Тангела. Используем физик. Левел 47 уже, кстати, довольно высокий. Ну, да, вот они 33, то есть они ниже левелов на 14. Так что это супер изи-пизи. То есть вы как бы приходите по сюжету, а потом бежите обратно и убиваете всех тренеров. И все.
We have $133 from Eevee, number 133, best Gen 1 Pokemon. Let's indeed restart the Pokedex number donation train. Let's get that Ocarina incentive this run.
That would be
Мисти, Брок.
We've got an hour left.
Так,
it's definitely possible.
That'd be crazy. We also have
Может, ну,
$249 from Kiosk.
может быть, я, короче, что-то неправильно посчитал. Но, по-моему, когда мы били парня... как он называют? Когда мы били парня на викторине, по-моему, это был 4-й. Но, может быть, я ошибаюсь. Откуда такая имбовая старми? Ну, апнули и все.
Oh, don't give me your pity.
Это обычная старми. Просто высокого левела, плюс ей изучили одну водную обилку, плюс электрическую обилку еще изучили.
You'll notice every fight that we do 2 controllers on, or like the true double fights we do against Jesse and James, we're always gonna use one Pokemon and set him up. So we'll use Starmie and use X specials on the Starmie from the other slot. This fight is the only one where we're actually going to use both Pokemon in the fight for like different purposes. So turn 1 is actually going to be the Starmie setting up the Dodrio. I did put Dodrio in slot 2, right?
I believe so.
Снова встречаем Дио и Блю.
Yeah, it should be there. If Rapidash is in slot 2, we can still do like an X special Fire Blast or something.
Yeah. Just hit.
Yeah, just hit. Easy fight.
Select the hit.
Our Gold Soul Silver want to have a word with you about hitting.
Yeah, so here's Blue. He's talking to us and he's
И
like,
Блю хочет подраться с нами. Так что мы самоним саппортчего тренера и деремся с Блю.
He needs to test you out, Steve.
I like how he wants to test you out, and you're like, okay, here's my weird twin who doesn't say a
И
word.
первый — это экзекутор. Используем X-атаку на Додрио. И Додрио использует дрель.
So here we go X attack on the Dodrio. Dodrio uses Drill Peck and bye-bye Executor.
That moveset's just so insane.
Yeah.
It just
Второй покемон. Blue это Charizard. Используем X Special на Старме, и та, в свою очередь, использует Скалт. Изи-пизи. Ну, возможно, кстати, насчет покемонов, возможно, имеет смысл подождать, взять уже меч и щит. Все-таки, так как это новая игра, в ней куча всего нового будет, ну, наверное. А если вы хотите поиграть в первых покемонов, то можете поиграть в покемонов, я не знаю, на Game Boy Advance. Почему бы и нет?
I only have a couple of healing items, and I would like to check my Pokemon count. 46. I'm a Pokemon short.
Игры про покемонов выходят вот прямо новые, по-моему, каждые года 2. То есть вот через год. Хотя были покемоны Sun Moon, потом Ультра Sun Moon, потом вот Eevee Пикачу. Так что вот это получилось при смене поколений через 3 года новая игра.
The perfect world scenario is Electrode uses self-destruct and Muck does not use protect. The other things that can happen are
what is
this, which is bad. So Electrode decided to use Thunderbolt on me. We were able to one-shot the Muck, but now we have to heal because Electrode can one-shot us. You'll see he did less, or he did more than half.
Здесь сражение происходит против большого количества покемонов, поэтому здесь есть некий приоритет. Сперва вам нужно убить Мука. Потом вы убиваете Электрода. Голбота и Визинга.
I've never had a fight that went like this. Oh, that's never happened before in a marathon. All right.
Yeah, and because this fight is so laggy, presumably because we have an AI partner, every extra turn is just that much worse than an extra turn would be in any other fight. So it's really easy to just lose minutes to this fight.
It's like, come on, just do the attack.
Not to mention, I was just status, so I had the paralysis. So we had to not only wait for the double battle lag, we had to wait for the paralysis status lag thing.
Yeah.
So this is the first fight in the run. Like we're over 2 hours in.
Нет, ну понятно, что в обычном прохождении, в казуальном, у вас там часов 40 будет. А в спидране быстро. Ну это же очевидно, это в любой игре так. Вы вряд ли, и купив игру, пройдете, ну JRPG, по крайней мере. И купив какую-нибудь JRPG, вы пройдете ее там за 5 часов. Вряд ли, очень сомневаюсь. Поэтому первое прохождение это всегда часов 40 примерно, а то и больше.
Yeah, a couple more Thunderbolts there. That could have been really bad, but...
Собственно, победили администратора. И теперь поднимаемся выше и выше.
I forgot you had a Bunnelby.
I mean, it's the same puke green kind of color.
So he's just like chilling on YouTube or something. He's just like why is he on a laptop? I never understood that.
Yeah, so I really like how they redid this segment. In Generation 1, there's only like 2 mandatory fights outside, or 3 mandatory fights outside of the...
И снова мы деремся против уже надоевшей команды Ракета, против Джесси Джеймса. Если так вот вспомнить, представьте, сколько Эш против них сражался. Ух. Используем физинг на Арбака и дрель на Визинга.
replenished, which is pretty important. We picked up 2 elixirs in this run, and we're going to need both of them.
Используем еще один физик и хиляем Старми. А, не хиляем, бьем просто, окей.
Godly Starmie now, so we're just gonna kind of destroy everything.
And Dodrio.
It's kind of silly that you fight them like twice within 5 minutes and they get like 3 or 4 levels, and then you give them 2 hours and they only get like 2 levels.
They got lazy.
I don't have any more.
Джесси и Джеймс убегают, и мы здесь видим снова человека, главу команды R, Джованни.
Usually 14 is pretty safe on the super potion count.
Yeah. You had to use like 3 on the Electro. It was really.
И он снова хочет с нами сразиться. Ну что ж.
So now we're gonna do the Giovanni fight. This fight is pretty straightforward. Again.
Меньше сейчас осталось.
Persian likes to use fake out.
Минут, ну 40-50 где-то.
So now's probably a really good time for some more of those Pokédex number donations.
Используем усиление спешл атаки. И используем скалп. Прощай, Перси. Против Райнфена снова используем скалп. Супер-мега эффективно. И последнее — это Нидаквин. Также используем скалп.
I think that's the second time Troy donated for Totodile.
Let's go, Troy.
Let's go, Troy.
Shout out to Troy.
Let's go, Eevee.
And $143 from Chief Masamune, shouting out the best Pokemon in Gen 1, Snorlax. He snack, he nap, but most importantly, he makes me look like I'm on a diet. Also, let's get the Ocarina of Time any % run.
Теперь осталось немножко прокатиться по этажам, собрать конфетку, собрать бесплатного Лапроса, чтобы заполнить покедекс. Вот, и на это можно уходить и отправляться в следующий зал. Секунд 8-9? Быть такого не может. Правильно же, guys.
Oh, keys.
Look, I want that incentive, Matt, okay?
Yeah, we do. We really need that incentive to be...
Oh, can we also talk about how we're forced to take the Master Ball here? Like,
Yeah, and we're done with our catches. Like,
Жесть.
we don't need it.
Это 30 секунд. Ужас. Как это возможно?
That would have been fun.
The earliest routing involves looking at possibly getting Zapdos from the power plant, but that's egregiously slow because the whole you have to fight it and beat it thing, and really catching it was unreasonably.
Ну, я вот почекал, у меня где-то секунд 30. Не, было меньше, а сейчас почему-то убежало вперед.
Yeah. Just pick something that Thunderbolt doesn't hit and pray. That was really the strat.
Well, we have a really passionate Lapras.
Shout out to Helix.
I'm sad I didn't get... My girlfriend is really partial to Psyduck after the Detective Pikachu movie, and I didn't actually see one in the run. I'm sorry.
Получаем Поригона. Довольно непонятный покемон, как по мне. Вот, но почему бы и нет.
You could Master Ball a Psyduck on stream. Imagine.
Where would be the best place to get one?
Isn't it right south of you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can skip the Moonstone too that way.
This would be the funniest thing.
Do it for love.
Master Ball the Psyduck for your
Chat
girlfriend.
will understand.
Can we get some hearts in chat?
Поригона, да, на халяву.
For
На
the
халяву.
Psyduck catch. Oh, he's doing it.
All right.
Master balling a Psyduck.
This is the power of love.
Собственно, они пытаются поймать Псидака. Я уже не знаю, как комментировать. Короче, они пытаются поймать Псидака. Вот. И для этого используем даже мастербол.
Okay, it's just looking at its reflection. It's just contemplating life.
What in the world is this?
All right.
What is happening?
I'll look for one more time.
Yeah,
If we don't get it, then
he can reload the Pokemon by going in and out.
И Псидак откидывает мастербол, но мастербол ловит всегда, поэтому изи Псидак.
Come on, Psyduck, where are you?
Yeah!
There it is.
I hope I don't whiff on the Master Ball throw.
Ну, получается слепое, да, потому что я не могу это...
I tried to meme and I messed it up. Yeah, you can't miss the Master Ball.
Yeah.
So, there you go, Jess.
It's a super long animation.
Синхрон на час.
Oh, yeah. 49.
Feels bad.
Yeah, 49.
В общем, идет, если я не ошибаюсь, последняя закупка. Покупаем супер много гиперпоушенов, покупаем полное лечение, покупаем макс репеллы, дефенсы, спешл атаки, спешл дефенсы и скорость.
Remember when we were like, oh man, the fossil's way out of the way.
Гайс, я понимаю, что я спешу, но я ничего не могу поделать. Я могу держать, в принципе, в памяти, что произошло на 15 секунд позже.
Well, gee. All right, so this is our last shop of the run, and as you can see, we have a ton of extra money.
Комментаторы Ванга.
It's really not important what we buy. We buy like 11 and 21 of stuff just because it is actually faster to do that than it is to like scrolling up to 4 takes longer than it does to go to 11, because to go to 11 you just go to the right once, and we're gonna buy 31 of these.
Собственно, завалялся лишний огненный камень, поэтому у нас есть один огненный покемон, которого можно эволюционировать. Так что почему бы и нет? Эволюционируем Вульпикса в 9-хвоста.
Alrighty. We have $131 from Duranthal, $131 for the dex number of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon, Lapras.
And that one person in the crowd that was excited earlier is even more excited.
Yeah, right?
Убираем всех ненужных покемонов. Сейчас будет лекция эволюционировать.
$155.25 from Crazy Matt.
There's 50 Pokemon, so that's the last catch we need to do in the run.
Ну и теперь мы отправляемся на стадион, где мы будем сражаться против Сабрины.
$155 for the best mouse Pokemon Cyndaquil and the 25 cents for my newborn Emily, who is watching this with me. Great run. Keep it up.
Congratulations.
Shout out to Emily.
Shout out to Emily.
Yeah, shout out.
Emily.
Emily. Emily. Emily.
Her day is made.
A little early for chanting still. Crowd's half into it right now.
They used all their energy counting the 50.
Counting to like 38 and then forgetting.
Yeah.
Don't give them that much credit.
Oh yeah, so it's worth noting, in order to get into Sabrina's gym, you have to have a level 45 Pokemon. If you guys remember, when we ditched the Eevee, it was only level
Неплохой
30,
у них тут технологичный город. Телепорты есть всякие. Ну, скажем, и так, и Сабрина неплоха собой.
Also, shout out to Game Freak for finally not reusing the same gym solution. They actually reused Sabrina's gym solution in Gen 6, in X and Y, and then they finally mixed it up in this game.
Yeah, it's really cool in this game.
It's also fun to note that Sabrina couldn't get into her own gym.
Yeah, Sabrina doesn't have any Pokemon that are level 45, yet we need a level 45 Pokemon to get in here.
Like, also, it's really super interesting to like point out the teleporters, because it actually wasn't.
Ну и первый покемон у Сабрины это Мистер Мим.
because some of the older routes like actually ended up accidentally taking like an extra teleporter or two. And then even then, when we optimized how many teleporters to take, there's still a slightly better path to take.
Используем дважды буст на спешл атаку. И после этого используем два скалда.
So here's the Sabrina fight. Sabrina's pretty straightforward. We just need to do a bunch of setup. Hopefully we get light screen turn 1. Light screen obviously boosts the special defense of her team. So we got it. The reason why we want light screen turn 1 as opposed to turn 2 is because
Следующий покемон у Сабрины это Алаказам, но Старми слишком быстрая, поэтому она ходит быстрее него, скалд и изи-пизи.
Blown. I never noticed that she had animations when she was telling them to do moves. Yeah. Like she's like floating in the air. What? That's awesome.
Ну так я не знаю, перезапустили или нет, гайз.
You're killing everything. No.
Я пытаюсь где-то на 15 секунд позже. Вы сами мне об этом сказали. Вот я пытаюсь на 15 секунд позже комментить. Feels bad просто. Feels bad. Ну, у меня сейчас только что Алаказам погиб.
Yeah, really important we got Thunderbolt, because this fight really needs it, especially for that slow bro.
Yeah, there's a few slow bros we need to deal with in the run, so having Thunderbolt's useful.
High emote, by emote.
Как же сложно.
Sure. Coming up is the Koga's Gym. Koga's Gym.
Ну, в общем, Сабрина оказалась повержена, дает нам свой значок, изи-пизи.
I have 50.
What? Who got 56 before?
I don't know. I've actually never gone under. I've gotten over a couple of times, but I've never been under. But you get into Koga's Gym and you're like finally relieved, and
теперь нам остался... еще два, да, еще два осталось. Осталось еще два тренера. Это Кога и секрет, и секрет.
It can be a really trolly fight. Yeah, so hopefully we don't get hurt too much. The first fight we're going to do has a muck that also has minimize, and we need to set up to plus 2
ну да,
special attack.
разница что-то прям почти в минуту, прям очень жестко.
Hopefully we get protect in that turn where we're doing nothing, but usually we aren't that lucky.
Yeah, this is another one of those.
Да мне-то как бы не сложно, гайз. Мне главное, чтобы вам было окей.
This fight also highlights some really strange moveset decisions that they made in this game.
Yeah.
The Muck has Moonblast, and the Beedrill has Outrage.
Yep.
Don't ask me why.
Weird.
Oh, the Beedrill does have Outrage, you're right. I'm like, really?
You never get to see it, but yeah, it has it.
Короче, походу у каждого разное время, я прям...
I do like the update that they did to the invisible walls.
До лидера Коги нам предстоит сразиться против... Один обязательный файт, это будет Мукс, и это будет Оса. На Муке используем баф на спешл атаку, а затем используем физик. А на Осе используем скалп.
Well, there's typical Muck.
He can be annoying, but like no minimize is great. Like anytime you don't get minimized, you're happy with that fight.
There, it's 4-on-1.
Just kidding, it's 1-on-1.
It's like,
imagine if you had the power to just multiply like that.
Yeah,
but
imagine. We don't need it. We don't need it, but
don't need it now, but at any time. Yeah, Koga's a pretty straightforward fight. You just X special and then.
Ну вот, короче, вижу, что сражение против Коги, так что примерно одно и то же время, отлично, отлично. Первым покемоном Кога использует Визинга, мы используем спешл атаки и скаут. После этого Кога призывает Виноната.
couple more donations, maybe one or two.
Absolutely. We have $100 from Kino.
Виномото, прошу прощения. И тоже погибает от отводной атаки. В следующем это Голбот. Против Голбота используем электричество. А против Мука используем физик. И на этом у нас уже значок под номером 7. Остался еще один. Вот. И после этого можно будет отправляться на плато Индиго, где, конечно же, мы станем великим чемпионом. Из значков остался еще самый первый город. Это, по-моему, Виридиан, что ли.
You didn't. Really?
Yeah.
World record holder etiquette here.
Forgot to get strength or strong push.
It could be worse. You could forget to get X items and have to go all the way from Ekutique back to Goldenrod.
I was doing a practice run. Okay, shut up. That's how we found out that step counters are bad.
Yeah, I guess that's worth noting. There's no RNG manipulation in these games. Ever since Gen 5. Gen 5 is the last one that actually utilizes RNG manipulation in the speedruns. I think it's technically possible in some of the later games, but it would just be completely unreasonable for us to use in a
Получаем Safari Set и секретную технику. Теперь мы можем двигать камни.
Which, if you want to join the Pokemon Discord and help out.
Absolutely.
Это пригодится нам в пещере на плато Индиго. Эта пещера, кстати, супер адская была. Особенно учитывая старые механики, когда я вот проходил Red Green. Вы делаете шаг, на вас нападают, делаете шаг, на вас нападают, делаете шаг, на вас нападают. Я столько там макс репеллов истратил, просто жесть. Вот, отправляемся в Viridian City.
So I need to hire an advertiser.
So yeah, PSR Discord, all the different games in there. Let's Go is in there, and Let's Go has a pretty good community. It's in my
И
opinion,
снова
it's one of the
встречаем
easiest
Дио.
games to just sort of pick up and learn. You probably noticed throughout a lot of this, like none of the fights are all that dangerous. Like in Gen 1 or Gen 2 or whatever, there are a ton of these fights that's like, wow, this fight is ridiculous. And you got like Sapphire, which is a 3% chance to finish a run. In this game, the and what really separates the top runners from the sort of mid-tier runners is the catch routing and the catching, getting used to the motion controls and things like that. And those are all things that if you played the game casually, you should be at least somewhat good at. So definitely one of the easiest games.
Кстати, здесь говорят о мегаэволюции, но на самом деле мегаэволюция появилась только в XY. Вот. То есть вы здесь можете апнуть Charizard, там X или Y. Ну, X, Y. Хотя в оригинале этого не было.
And then on the topic of the Pokemon Discord, we actually do have an online marathon coming up in August. Etiquette and myself will be doing runs in that, but it's going to be exclusively all Pokemon runs and stuff. Etiquette's going to do a much more in-depth run, though. He's going to catch them all.
Yeah. It's a nice long run. No, it's not
Все, теперь мы можем отправляться в последний зал и получать последний значок.
And 135 of them, so only 15 Pokemon are unobtainable. So we have a category called All Obtainable Pokemon. It's like a 6-hour run. It's pretty crazy though.
Yeah.
And in those runs, I would do things like
Нас ожидает один обязательный файт, даже два обязательных перед... Даже, погодите, даже 3, да, прошу прощения, 3 обязательных файта, и лидер будет. Тут в чате уже проспойлерили, кто именно это будет. Вот, но, может быть, кто-то не понял. Так что увидите, это будет для вас мега сюжетным поворотом. Капа-кипа. Eevee не будет эволюционировать, потому что Eevee уже не используется. Eevee используются первые буквально часа 2, и после этого Eevee исключает пати. Поэтому Eevee ни в кого не эволюционирует.
And we have to use Hydro Pump against it. Hydro Pump is 80% accurate. We haven't actually used it yet. It's going to get a lot of utilization in the Victory Road. But instead, I'm just going to go for Scald and an X Special.
Используем баф на Special атаку, и Нидарина погибает. Тем временем Старми уже почти уровень 52.
You know, risk the entire run there if you could lose 3 or 4 seconds, bring in the extra trainer.
But he'll totally risk whatever fight you want him to for $500 US. Specifically if it goes towards OOT.
So this is another good example of like how blind these trainers are. I'm on the same tile as this trainer, but like he can't see me. I was able to walk up and talk to him.
Идеальный покемон против нашей Старми, ну, в смысле Старми, идеальный покемон против Гравелера. Используем Скалд, и все. Старми довольно уникальный покемон, и если так подумать, она убивает вообще все практически. И опа! Да быть такого не может. Оказывается, это что? Последний тренер — это босс команды Ракета. Вот так-то. Вот это поворот.
He's going to get 3 chances to hit us. Hopefully he doesn't crit. If he does, we save, so it's fine.
It's a particularly scary fight for the old Kabutops route too.
Yes.
That's kind of surprising.
Первым это Duck Trio.
We did do a cool strat, so we get outsped by the Doug Trio, which is why he gets 3 turns instead of only 2.
Используем Defense.
And with the Kabutops route, what we used to do was
Используем Special атаку.
And then use Aqua Jet, which is priority. And that way it didn't matter if we got outsped.
И используем Скалд.
Yeah, the Kabutops actually had a really sick moveset. Like you got like the Gen 7 buffed Leech Life, you had Aqua Jet, Rock Slide, and Waterfall, I think was your last.
Yep. Don't go chasing water.
Следующий это Нидакинг. Используем еще Скалд.
Really scary with that Doug Trio because there's just nothing you can do. If you get crit, you die.
Yeah, we have 2 more of those fights. Actually, the last 2 fights in the run are
Райнхорн.
we set up X special defenses and
Райдон, прошу прощения. Используем снова Скалд.
Especially Hyper Beam.
Yeah, there's a pretty infamous clip of me on.
И последний это Нидаквин. И снова Скалд. Вот этим, кстати, покемоны, они немного со временем и наскучивают, кстати говоря, потому что вы бегаете, ваншотаете всех. Как такового челленджа, ну, челлендж вы можете испытать только, допустим, при пэмке какого-нибудь легендарного покемона. Вот. А так, игра очень легкая. Ну, для детей, конечно, оно и понятно. И получаем скилл землетрясения. Теперь у нас есть все 8 медалей. Теперь мы сможем отправиться на плато Индиго и стать чемпионом.
I think Snorms had record at one time. There's the Japanese,
Ashrice, I think, had it at one point. Venlo,
Retrotato. Like, there's a ton of names, a ton of people that you should just go to the Let's Go leaderboard. Check out all those runners if you like the game.
No Shen, no.
No Shen, no.
You gotta fix that.
I did not run this game.
You gotta fix that. Shout out to Shen.
Ну да, и я насчет лиги соглашусь, пожалуй. Но вот лига, да, но вот до нее все очень легко. И вот есть такой скачок, было типа супер-мега легко, а потом, короче, бам, и не совсем легко. Здесь на Дио есть 2 страты. Эти страты зависят от того, насколько быстра ваша стармия. То есть, если у стармии скорость быстрая, то вы можете соло убить. Если у вас у стармии скорость не очень высокая, то вы призываете второго тренера. И деретесь уже 2 против 1. Используем молнию и используем баф на спешл атаку на стармии. Против Марвака используем скорость, баф на... ну, спешл атак, окей. И скалп. Опять-таки, изи-пизи.
Let's go Ducks. Way better than Chiding.
Yeah. It's worth noting on this fight, so we do it with Rapidash as our second Pokemon, and it makes the Pokemon order that comes out pretty consistent.
Используем хил на Старми и физику.
If I use just Starmie on every fight, the order that the Pokemon come out is going to be very consistent. Like, I'm never going to be surprised by something. When you have Rapidash in your
Остался
party,
Vileplume.
sometimes he'll like send out Vileplume second, sometimes he'll send out Marowak second. It really depends.
Ну и просто Стомп и физика, все. Изи-пизи. Да, я соглашусь, что я очень часто говорю изи-пизи, нужно заканчивать. Ну, у каждого есть слова паразита. Вот. Это оно самое.
So it's really consistent now that we have Rapidash in second, because he'll either send out Marowak, which we can just Scald, or he'll send out Vileplume, which we can just Psychic.
This fight's also a bit rougher on the Pikachu version because your rival has a Jolteon instead of a Raichu, which is quite a bit faster than Raichu.
Yeah, like I outsped, which isn't guaranteed. I checked my stats on the level up before this. I outsped the Raichu, so I was able to skip the X speed, but in Pikachu you just never would skip the X speed.
Теперь, чтобы пройти, вам потребуется предъявить как доказательство ваши силы 8 баджей. В принципе, сюда можно приходить после каждого баджа, и вы будете продвигаться постепенно, вот, но можно прийти сюда под самый конец и предъявить 8 сразу, так что почему бы и нет.
You can sort of like get past them a little bit, and the Giovanni one is right next to the entrance to Victory Road. So if there was a way for us to like talk to our ride Pokemon, and then get past him after that. So like I'll see if I can show it off here. So like you can talk to him. I'm a little bit far away, but you can see like I sort of like jolt a little bit past
Все,
him.
нас ожидает Лига покемонов. Вот, Victory Road. Эта пещера супер ужасная. Просто ужаснее этой пещеры очень сложно на что-то, чтобы представить. Ох, сколько она мне нервов вымотала, когда я приходил. Блин, просто ужас.
It's a good, like, almost 10-minute time save.
I wonder how the game would handle it if you were able to skip it. It's always weird not knowing what would happen with the game.
Screw this fight.
So this is another fight that he's using two controllers for safety.
Итак, первый тренер Наоми. Здесь идет страта через саппорт тренера. Деремся против Кангасхана. Используем гидропамп, в то время как лошадь бафает на спешл атаку. Здесь как? Здесь предметы применяются перед атаками покемонов. То есть, чтобы не было такого, например, покемоны ходят, а вы полечили, ну, вы, допустим, использовали предмет и не успели, а покемон... Как, видите, сейчас... Предметы используются всегда раньше атак, чтобы не было такого, когда вражеский покемон ходит быстрее вас и убивает вас. Вот. Поэтому даже если Рапидаш гораздо ниже по левелу, он всегда сперва пробафает, и потом уже бафанная Старми использует свою спешл атаку.
Can we talk about how like Eevee goes Super Saiyan God and just kicks the crap out of these boulders?
Здесь будет один довольно такой страшный скип, скажем, скип на тоненького одного тренера.
Which isn't too bad until you get to the last push.
I love how he's like glowing orange too. Like
Yeah, exactly.
full power.
He's charging up.
Just mind if I cut in real quick with something?
Sure.
All right, so Twitch chat is actually a bit restless, surprise, surprise, but they actually are trying to get a $5 donation trade-in started at the 3-hour mark, which I think is a pretty great idea, if you ask me.
Против гипна
What do y'all
используем
think? Think we can make that happen?
Yo, let's get a
электричество.
$5 donation train for the power of love.
Absolutely.
Как я уже упоминал, потому что нам нужно сохранить наши заряды. Их не так много осталось уже. Конечно, есть эликсир, как вариант. Вот. Так что, в принципе,
Subscribe for free.
ничего страшного, но лучше засейвить. Ждем, пока тренер отвернется, и бежим дальше.
You're saying we could add danger to this run by riding the Onyx?
I hear for $2,500 US. So this is kind of convenient, just having Officer Jenny just hanging out here like, hey, I'll heal you for free.
Shout out to Etiquette pushing this boulder into a corner during a world record pace run and not being able to push it any farther.
You guys are bullying me.
What? Us?
That's why
bully?
we're here.
Never. Imagine calling us bullies.
I know.
Imagine.
Imagine being on back couch and tweeting at us to bully Etiquette during the run. Shout out to Kirby Massa.
Hey, Keys.
Shout out to Kirby.
Keys, imagine getting under your original estimate.
Ooh.
All right. So this is actually kind of some cool
I hope
tech.
you mess this up.
This is some cool tech.
Вот это самое место. Это возможно, кстати, благодаря тому, что игра перешла в 3D. В 2D бы такой скип бы не прокатил, потому что в 2D вы передвигались по клеточкам, ну, по крайней мере, в старых покемонах.
One of the dumb things about it is like every button on the Wii, like I just called it a Wiimote. Every button on the Joy-Con, I can talk, acts like an A button basically. So if you accidentally press like the joystick or something like that, you end up with the potential to talk to her. I used the wrong move. I'm smart. All right, we're good.
Собственно, против Джинкс бафаемся на спешл-атаку и используем гидропамп. Против Голбота используем молнию. И против Арканайна используем водную атаку.
Yeah, like really important to nail those. She's actually pretty dangerous. So she has a Dragonair, a Wigglytuff, and a Hitmonchan. The Wigglytuff has Shadow Ball, and that is a scary thing to come up against. So if we did hit her, there's a backup.
Теперь важно, чтобы наше ХП было больше, чем 60, по-моему. Вот. Но 80, так что все окей.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Give us all your money.
You know what?
Oh.
Снова так понимаю, что взяли и задонатили на то, чтобы погладить Eevee. Вот, так что... Все.
Well, hey, we have a moment. I have some relevant donations to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we have $500 from HSO24. Here's my part to give Eevee more love. Pet that Eevee.
Hey, good timing. Good timing.
$500 from Eevee5. Pet that Eevee.
Good timing. Good timing.
And $500 from R2JL. Pet that Eevee.
Good timing. Good timing.
That's true. Do you have any berries left? Could feed the Eevee.
I actually don't know if I have any left. I didn't have any more raspberries.
Wow, so he's gonna starve? What's wrong with you?
He's famished after pushing all those boulders. I like how it says play with John Cena. It's so
Давайте покормим Джона Сину. Почему бы и нет?
Oh, yeah. Feed the Eevee.
All right, we're good. We're out of here. Let's go.
Eat the fish. No.
Еще один обязательный файт. По-моему, последний. если я не ошибаюсь. Плати, чтобы погладить Томас. Ну да, да. Почему бы и нет? Деремся против Ликитунга, пафаемся на спешл-атаку и скаут.
How much do you think to get the Psyduck in the party for the Elite Four?
I'm thinking at least the Hall of Fame, right?
Против Оникса, очевидно, скаут.
I'll put the Raticate there too.
Okay. Maybe $500 for both?
Okay, so it's no, so 1,000 for each, or if you do 1,500, we'll do both.
That's true.
Okay.
In one
We
go.
could really push him and make him meet OOT.
А против Бластойза будет эффективный
They don't get in unless we meet OT. Good luck.
How are we doing on OT,
Старни,
by the
ну
way?
я не знаю, она супер OP. Я вот никогда внимания, когда вот играл казуально, я никогда не обращал внимания на то, что Старми такая имбовая, но она реально очень
Wow.
ну просто она убивает вообще все. Ну, понятно, что у нее нужны скиллы, но тем не менее.
Another
Psyduck's on
1,000
the
and we get
team
the
now.
another 1,000 we get the Raticate.
Yeah, Psyduck's on the team. Finally belongs.
So it's important to note real quick though, Etiquette did just go a tiny bit out of his way to pick
И
up
вот
that
она.
power store.
Yeah.
As
Плато
beastly as
Индиго.
Starmie is, Agatha exists.
Yeah.
Или оно.
Her lead will paralyze you and then start blasting you with some very powerful moves. So you need to be able to both heal the paralysis and heal your hit points at the same time.
And how convenient. Full restores
Ну, по
to that.
поговорке,
Yeah,
по-моему,
they're
все
winning. Wow, what are the
дороги
chances?
ведут
How perfectly.
We actually haven't
в
mentioned it
Киев или
either,
нет.
but there
Но
are
про
some friendship benefits
язык,
to Pokemon as a sign of
поговорка, ну или
friendship with you.
пословица
So,
до
at the
Киева,
max
до
threshold
Киева.
of happiness,
В Эре не
Pokemon can
будет.
shrug off statuses, live things at 1 HP,
Ну,
and
осталось
they'll
еще
unknowingly
минут,
start turning
наверное,
around and
10
looking at you when
или
you heal
даже
them or,
быстрее.
you
Ну,
know, use
10,
effective
скажем.
hits, and that actually wastes a bunch of time.
Так что в
But in
эстимейт
Agatha's case, we
он
can actually
укладывается
save that turn of full
спокойно.
restoring by having Starmie break out of paralysis on its own on the correct
Б-
turn.
Берем Псидака
So maybe that'll happen.
вместо
Psyduck,
Рапидаша.
Psyduck,
You can make it follow
Psyduck.
you too.
Oh wow, that died
Oh.
really quickly. Oh,
Hey.
Но опять-таки это больше
There
типа
it
мем,
is.
вот, чтобы он
Lagging behind.
бегал около нас. И встречаем ту самую леди на
Look at him.
одну
He's just strolling in the
из
door like,
великой
I'm water
четверки,
type too.
When I think
из великолепной четверки.
Oh man,
Not again.
not again.
for a run.
So, we never really mentioned it. So I used 6 rare candies total on our Starmie. Normal, like, world record runs actually only use 4. So we're 2 levels higher than we normally would.
И
There's a
первый
thing in this game,
это
and pretty much every
Дюгонг.
Pokemon game, I think, where being a level that ends in a 0, 3,
Используем
5, or
баф на
8
спешл атаку
actually gives you a little
дважды.
bit of a boost because of the damage calculation, the way like the rounding works. So
И
we're
так
level
как
53 for this
Дюгонг
fight,
он
which
морской,
makes,
то используем
2
против него
ranges actually way better. In my case, with my special attack, they're actually not ranges at all. So the Lapras coming up, shout out to that Lapras fan.
Yeah.
The Lapras coming up here would normally be a range for me, as well as the Jinx right after.
Бедняга Лапрес тоже получает
Luckily, we were able to just
электричеством
one-shot them
и
and
погибает.
not have any
Это
worries.
ваншот.
The downside to using extra candies is you'll notice Starmie here turns around whenever I use a super effective move. That's something that only happens once you hit like 153 friendship, I think it is.
Против Джинкс используем скаут.
And normal runs don't get those turnarounds until Agatha.
Бедняга Джинкс.
We're already seeing him here. It wastes about 2 seconds every time it happens.
Но по сути все покемоны, они погибают ваншотом.
And conveniently with the normal routing, you would hit level 53 for the Dragonite in particular, and it's just enough to make it basically guaranteed.
Используем молнию против Клойстера.
The Dragonite's a huge jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with my special attack, I should be fine.
И последний это Слоубро.
It's kind of nice how broken the X items are, 'cause you can
У
just
Слоубро,
destroy
кстати, вот
these
в
trainers. It's kind of-
покемонах показывали,
kinda how
типа
every
довольно
Pokemon game
такая
ends up. You just
забавная
set
эволюция,
up and
просто
just sweep everything.
типа Слоупок
And that's Lorelei.
сидит в воде,
So 1 out of
его
4 Elite
кусают,
Four
и он
members
типа
down.
эволюционирует. Окей, окей.
I wonder if there will be a surprise
Так,
battle
впереди
after
осталось
the
3
Elite
лидера.
Four, maybe a champion
Dude,
of
Psyduck
sorts.
is the
И
best.
это у нас будет
Chat, I'm gonna give you
мачо,
some
как
insider
вы можете
information.
заметить, и
I'm not allowed
покемоны у
to
него
pee unless
будут
you guys hit the
соответственные.
OT incentive, so
Это будут
please.
боевые покемоны.
Wow.
I've been informed by my bosses.
Can we have that as an incentive as well? Free keys are on.
Free keys.
So it's like Ocarina of Time and then
Ну,
in
молния,
parentheses,
гром, да,
free
да.
keys.
Босс качал.
We need to pee.
Trapped on the couch until donations met.
Oh my goodness.
Используем
So
снова
something
баф
kinda
на
interesting about this fight is
спешл
you usually
атаку.
wouldn't have two Pokemon with you, but if you do have a second Pokemon with you,
И
Onyx can use
используем
Stealth
физику
Rock, which he just did there,
против
which
Оникса.
just saves us a little bit of damage and can potentially save some healing.
Yep.
I remember this fight with Kabutops. Ick.
Yeah, this fight with Kabutops was really rough.
Хитмончан.
Worst one.
You had to
Снова
like
используем
double leech
физик.
life Poliwrath and like heal through superpower, and it was just terrible.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate Kabutops
У
comes
Старми,
with the
кстати,
rock
все
type,
анимации
because it's not
выглядят
very good
очень смешно,
defensively, and
забавно.
yeah, by, like, fighting moves and
Точнее,
grass moves, it's just
она
bad
просто
news for you.
стоит,
The funny thing though is even
звезда.
though we're talking about how
Вот,
like,
она
Agatha can
просто
really
стоит,
troll
так вот
Starmie,
по
I think
сторонам
Agatha was
смотрит, ну типа,
Kabutops'
ребята,
best fight.
ребята,
Agatha
где
is
вы,
awesome.
где вы,
Like, yeah,
ребят,
just used Aqua
как
Jet for the most
Yeah, 'cause
мем
you're a physical
с
attacker,
этим,
and a
с
lot of that fight is
Джоном
just,
Траволтой, и все
especially
противники, они просто
defensive.
погибают
Yeah, and you
от
don't even have
физика.
to worry
Ну
about
или
getting
от
dead
воды, или
because,
от
hey,
молний.
Aqua
Вот, ну,
Jet, go
просто
me.
это анимация.
Yeah, priorities are really good on that.
All right, so this is Bruno down. We're going to heal after this fight for Agatha. I technically can go into the fight at this health.
И тем временем
So
Псидак
the way that
апнулся
we
уже
want
до
this fight to go,
20-го.
ideally, Psyduck's gaining a ton of levels, by the way.
И
The way
последний
that we ideally
противник
wanna go
это
into this
Хитмон
fight
Ли.
is, get Glare turn 1, that'll paralyze us, and then we need to set up an X special and an X speed. So we'll get Glare turn 1, we'll set up the other one, so we'll do X
И
special,
на
X
этом
speed.
второй
She'll use Crunch. Crunch
чемпион
is about
повержен,
half health,
осталось,
and then
ну,
we'll full
не
restore the
чемпион,
next
а
one, which will
элитная
heal us
четверка.
and get rid of the paralysis. And then we will
Еще осталось
be able
двое.
to,
Psyduck walking in the background, so cute.
we'll be able to-
Используем хил, чтобы полечить
or be
Старми.
able to sweep after that.
He's just skipping along.
He's
so
just
happy.
Dude, like, ready? Look at him.
I'm here.
He's the best. But Psyduck might get his chance to shine. There is a chance, a small chance, that Agatha will use Crunch on turn 1. If he uses Crunch on turn 1, I will be very scared and I will bring out the second controller. So, let's go Crunch.
Power of love.
И следующим нашим противником выступит бабушка.
It
Hey, maybe
deserves it.
it
То есть,
might be Golduck if he gets a
Пока
chance
вы
to
в
shine.
школе,
We might get a Golduck out of this.
вот, или пока вы гуляете с друзьями, ваши бабушки сражаются на чемпионатах по покемонам и
Bring it on
побеждают.
anyway.
Boo this snack. Boo.
Ох, как неприятно.
Agatha's no fun.
Ow.
It broke out on its own.
Power of love.
Nice.
Perfect
Yeah.
fight.
Oh, that's never been useful for me. It always gets the Power of Love turn 1 when it's like,
Yeah.
I still have to set up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Relatable content.
Все
Really funny, it
покемоны,
has to be on turn
которые она
2
использует,
specifically, so you
имеют
don't get glared a second time.
шанс
Yeah,
наложить на вас негативные эффекты.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
That would just be mega hype.
Yeah. I like yesterday when you were on 1 HP, got hit by self-destruct and stayed on 1 HP.
Oh my god, that was amazing, yeah.
Power of Love is so broken and so anime.
No, is there any updates on
Хотя у
getting the
Генгара,
Raticate in the party by chance?
ну окей, ладно, окей.
Not yet, I'm afraid. There's not.
Используем против него
I put so
физику.
much faith in chat.
Он
I thought people liked shinies.
I thought
так же, как и все
people
остальные
liked fun.
ваншотные. Галбат, против него используем физику снова.
Yeah, that seems good.
You guys don't
Еще
want
один
that.
ваншот.
If you guys don't donate for Raticate to get in the party, then we're just gonna send it in
Yeah,
for candies.
if we don't get him saved by the end of Lance, I think he's gonna have to go to the professor.
I'm pretty sure.
И последняя физика, последний из 10.
I like
Еще
that.
один
Yeah, we'll feed
Генгар, и на
we'll
этом
feed
все.
the Raticate to Starmie.
So brutal.
Hey, we make delicious candy out of it.
Now,
Did you see how ugly it was? It deserves it.
Yeah.
now what's the progress on my bladder?
Yeah, me too.
Surprisingly, we do have something for that.
Oh, hooray!
We have $100 from 60.
И последний,
just
наверное,
for
самый
free
опасный
keys.
тренер. Вот. Я, когда проходил, я очень долго просидел. Используем Макс Эликсир, чтобы пополнить атаки. Делаем сейф, потому что, как я уже говорю, это самый опасный тренер. Наверное, даже опаснее, чем чемпион. Вот, потому что у него есть драгонит, и вообще он использует довольно сильных покемонов с кучей неприятных атак.
Hydro Pump.
Hydro Pump, yeah.
Don't get crit.
Hyper Beam is like nice but also scary. Hyper Beam,
Yeah.
if it crits, hurts a lot. But if it doesn't crit and it's just like a normal move,
Первый
it
противник
has
это
to
Сидра.
like recharge the next turn, so it gets us essentially a free turn of setup.
Используем Special Attack
Yeah,
Defense
special
в этот
defense
раз.
first. Hyper Beam, that's good.
Используем
So now he
скорость.
can't attack this turn. so it just sort of saves a little bit of
И
time.
используем Special Attack.
Yeah, ideally you
Boost.
actually get 3 hyper beams.
Еще
And the
разок.
third one basically allows you to heal during the fight and not have to worry about menuing after. So I'm not gonna get it, but it does give me a free turn of setup. And now I'm all set up, so we sweep with Psychic.
Yeah, unfortunately you can't heal during the fight this time, but at the very least the setup was guaranteed by that hyper beam, so it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, and just to emphasize how bulky this Dragonite at the end is too, even with
Следующий противник это Аэродактиль, но так как мы уже просто используем физик и да, здесь все противники от ваншотов отъезжают. Геордос. И он тоже ваншотный.
So we're using Psychic here, like everything here pretty much is super effective against, or Thunderbolt would be super effective against it, but again, we're trying to save those turnarounds because those are pretty slow. It's like 2 seconds per time, so.
One-shot.
Also, you mentioned that I can't heal during the fight.
Oh my god.
Come on, Psyduck, let's do this.
The crazy strat, Psyduck coming in.
Should have learned Disable.
И последний это Драгонит.
So he's gonna opt to bring in our boy, Psyduck, coming out.
Psyduck.
И приходит Psyduck.
Coming out of the Master Ball, baby. Let's go.
Oh, it's a female Psyduck, I didn't even see. But yeah, gets the heal here, so that means he doesn't have to heal before champion.
You normally wouldn't do this.
You would never ever do this in a run. Enjoy this while you can.
Yeah. No, that was totally optimal.
Oh yeah, you're right.
All right, do we grind up the Eradicate? That is the question on everyone's mind.
Все, последний из элитной четверки повержен. Остался лишь сам чемпион. Черзард не дракон. Ну да. Ну то есть типа он как бы он выглядит как дракон, но если вы посмотрите, какому он принадлежит классу, он и не дракон, он просто огненный тип. Хотя, может быть, Черзард какой-нибудь Y и дракон. То есть, если брать мега-эволюции, то, возможно, там он и дракон. Ну, у него точно есть в мега-эволюции атаки драконов. Да, по-моему, даже просто так есть атаки драконов. Как и у Геордоса.
Just look at the Pokemon you guys did not donate for. Just this one.
That's modest. That's a bad nature. I'd get rid of it.
Bye forever. Oh. Haven't second thought.
Oh.
All right. What?
How do you do this? Oh.
It's been so long.
Goodbye.
It's been routed out.
Oh yeah, quick candy. That might help.
И, собственно, они отпустили
Oh, delicious candy. Oh. Yeah, there we
покемона
go.
Шайни.
Yeah.
Вот.
Oh my god.
Can we get one more
И
shout out for
смотрите,
Eradicate?
смотрите, кто же стал чемпионом.
Yeah, you
Sure
saved.
did.
You saved.
Это Дио, да?
Honestly, the best
Финальное
part about all
сражение
this is look
мы
how
будем
underestimated
сражаться
you're still
против
going to be.
Дио.
We went out of our way for a Psyduck, caught it with a Master Ball. We rode an Onyx like 18,000 times. Which I think is only like 1,000 more than we actually did.
Чемпион Дио. Последний файт, гайс, последний файт.
Dio!
Я не знаю, как он Пиджоты победил драконов, если честно. Используем дефенс, используем снова... О, мега-эволюция, ничего себе, мега-эволюция. Пок просто.
Shout out to Sword and Shield.
Hey, Etiquette, what's the co-op record right now?
Like 324.
Is that so?
Используем бафы на дефенс, на скорость, на спешл атаки.
Use an X special on me.
Alright.
Призываем Псидака на помощь.
Do not mess this up.
Do not mess this up, he said.
You're giving Keyzron
I can ruin
the chance to mess this up. You're giving Keyzron the chance. Oh god.
Where's your X special?
Right there, right there.
Okay.
No!
Бедный Псидак. Пиджота нет прощения, считаю.
Hey, guess what, guys? We win.
We win!
We win.
Wildlum.
Co-op world record at GDQ.
Hey, for once it's not you doing the co-op. Oh, it's still buzzing in my hand. What the heck?
Yeah. Also worth noting that all that lag from double battles, it still happens even though Psyduck is like deceased.
What a technical term. Oh, the fraud. Oh, come on. Oh, man. You had one draw.
Рапидаж.
I'm not a fraud, though. I'm a world record holder now. Oh, man.
И тут ваншот. Да,
You could
да.
suicide this fight to save the ego.
Does that mean I can pee?
Not only are you a world record holder, you also went underestimate twice in the same game.
Oh my goodness! My record.
Can we get a round of
Марва.
applause for Keys?
И последний, финальный босс, и финальный покемон — это Slowbro. Вот так-то.
All right, so one more
Вот.
Pokemon.
I'm so fired.
Один лишь Slowbro отделяет нас от чемпионства.
And we're done.
И Slowbro
So, time will
повержен.
be after the Hall of Fame sequence.
Все,
But
гайз.
that's it. That's the final fight. We did it.
Вот такой вот раунд покемонов.
Yeah, so while we're going through this,
После этого открывается
this final little bit,
постгейм, где вы можете самостоятельно брать и разводить покемонов. По-моему, можно поймать Мью, если я не ошибаюсь. Хотя, может, и
we
нельзя.
did an amazing time routing this game. Like
Или
the first
можно.
records, if you want to call it that, were like in the
Вот,
330
где вы
range, and
можете
currently the
заполнить
record's
полностью
306. This run
покедекс.
was a 317, 318. So it's really amazing how far this game has come in only like 7 months. And yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Check out the PSR marathon in a couple months, and that's pretty much it. I don't know if you guys want to say anything else.
Shout outs to Etiquette's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Power of
Psyduck. Hey, we get
love.
to see Psyduck yet again.
I love the Master Ball sitting there.
Yeah, just
With a Psyduck inside.
congratulations, champion.
55-я Старми и 23-й Псида.
And Psyduck.
And time.
We did it. And
Isn't that-
time.
Так Ред — это и есть, по сути, наш персонаж.
I like how you brought Misty's team to the Hall of Fame.
То есть в оригинале же, по-моему, и нельзя было, в самый первый же, нельзя было играть девочкой.
But yeah, so that's
Вот,
Pokemon. Let's go. Thank you guys for donating
а здесь
for Eevee.
можно.
Would've
То есть,
been
по
way
сути,
worse if
эта девочка и есть Ред.
Sorry, Wartag.
I'm hurt.
Вот как-то так, вот как-то так. Спасибо, дорогие друзья, что смотрели этот замечательный покемон раунд. Я надеюсь, что вам он понравился,
Shout outs to the Eradicate.
что у вас появилось желание тоже поиграть в покемонов.
No, it's one
Будем
speed Eevee
брать и
on
развивать
our
покемон
side.
комьюнити в России.
And
Вот.
of course, I think we can all agree, shout outs to Etiquette.
Oh yeah.
Etiquette! 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 Etiquette!
А он как отдельный тоже персонаж есть? А, ну, окей, got it. Окей, guys.
I can pee so bad.
Thank you so much, Etiquette, and everyone on the couch for that incredible Pokemon Let's Go Eevee run.
Ну, собственно, вот и все. Следующая игра это будет Super Mario
Because we've
World.
got Super Mario World coming up. While we're getting that
Развиваем.
set up, how about we jump back into a few of your
Они кричат не
donations here?
Аники, они кричат это,
We
типа,
have $27
Educate,
from
это тот, кто
Poke
бегал
Mid
ран.
14. Here's $27 for Sandshrew, the best
Вот,
rock
впереди вас
dog
ожидает
around.
Super Mario World,
Pokedex donation train is my favorite
Super Mario
donation
World.
train. Give me Ocarina
Потом будет
of
какая-то
Time.
бонус-игра, потом
Boy, oh boy,
будет
let me tell you something about
Зельда
Ocarina of Time.
и
You've
Chrono Trigger.
raised 21,000 in the last 30 minutes
Мушка.
for Ocarina of Time. It's currently sitting at $141,000.
Good night, спидранер, солдатом, and casual. Привет, Чипей. Как твои дела?
Да, нормально. Только пить хочу теперь. От болтовни.
Не совсем Зельда. Это Link to the Past и Super Metroid рандомайзер, где два чувака, скорее всего, будут файтиться. А бонус-гейм это Ocarina of Time. Это не дичь, там нужно будет предметы собрать на скорость. И там, получается, у тебя выходы рандомизированные выходы, ну я попозже объясню. На ней тоже буду я, вот. Ближе к игре, ближе к объяснениям.
Ну, в общем, тогда я откланяюсь. Еще раз всем спасибо, не болейте и до скорой встречи. Пока-пока.
We have $382 from Ace Trainer Miles. It says, favorite Pokemon Dex number hype? You enter the Cave of Origin, knowing that the Pokemon at the end is causing the weather to go out of control. You arrive and get ready
Сделал
for a
себя
battle.
потише,
From
работяги.
the depths of
Как
the
меня
ocean it
слышно?
arises. But wait, it's not the normal blue color it usually is, but a gleaming purple. Yes, it's a shiny Kyogre causing all this madness. Prepare for battle.
Отлично. Таки вот. Сейчас у нас СМВ в категории 96 экзистов. 96 экзит это означает, что нужно пройти 96 выходов. Ровно столько, сколько нужно почти для прохождения игры.
To run them all is my real test. To PB is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Each speed runner to understand the power that's inside. GDQ, it's you and me. I know it's our destiny. Oh, you're my best friend. For the frames we must defend. GDQ, a heart so true. God, our runners will pull us through. You teach me and I'll pay you. Charity, gotta save the frames. Gotta save the frames. GDQ. I am going to have no voice left in the morning, my friends, let me tell you.
Our best friends, GDQ. Замечательная песенка. В исполнении не понял, кого я. По-моему, прошлый комментатор понял. Да, это было замечательно. Клап, клап, клап.
And we'll be right back after just a moment, after some words from our friends at Twitch.
Я бью себя по лицу. Когда бью себя по лицу, у меня падает микрофон. Я еще никого не доставал. Ссылку на песню — это оригинальная песня в исполнении Кренчи Лекса. Ладно, мы отправляемся на финишную прямую. Это последние 4 игры. Больше не будет. Скорее всего, больше не будет. Ну, точнее, 100% больше не будет. Я думаю, что 100% больше не будет. Если не влепят случайно еще одну игру, ну, максимум еще одну игру. А так у нас финишная прямая. Вы последний раз видите, когда на экране 4 ряда включаются. После СМВ уже не будет такого. 4 замечательные последние игры. 3 игры перед этим, то есть СМВ, Ocarina of Time и рандомайзер буду комментировать я. Причем Ocarina с рандомайзером будет еще Мимхок. А Chrono Trigger будет комментировать Деликатес. Вот и спойлеры. Вот. Больше других комментаторов вы не увидите на этом замечательном марафоне, который подходит к концу. $10 000 задонатили.
And with that, it is sitting at
$10,000 donation.
Dang, I did it again. $154,704 of 300,000. We're over halfway there.
Есть только даже